Radio Hauraki, Day in Loo, supporting bowel cancer awareness. Just text Loo to 3779 to make a $3 donation.
That is a massive tune from Green Day on Radio Hauraki, 29 minutes past 12 o'clock, and we are live from the bowels of Eden Park for the annual Radio Hauraki Day in Loo with Bowel Cancer New Zealand. Don't forget, you can donate $3 instantly by texting Loo to 3779. If you're wondering who you've got on now, it is the future of Hauraki. You've got Keyzie and Manaia Stewart teaming up for a little ACC Mad Monday hour. Mad Monday is a podcast we do weekly, Manaia Stewart, along with Di Henwood and Ben Hurley, where we discuss rugby league. But if it's okay with you, I'd like to start by discussing basketball.
Yeah, please.
You're a big fan?
Big fan, and as you came in, you had to walk through underneath there's a basketball hoop set up down here.
There is.
I'm thinking you and I challenge Tom Abercrombie to a little 2-on-1 when he gets in here, but I was waiting for you to walk in because my plan was to dunk on you when you walked in.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Ruda got caught in the crossfire and absolutely baptised him on his way into the room. And then you saw that happen and got the great idea that Jason Hoyte would be a great victim for a dunking.
Well, Jason he screams victim, doesn't he? So there is a little door there. We lowered the hoop down to about 4 foot. I had the social media guy standing by with his phone. Just as Jace came through, I basically beckoned him through like, hey, man, we're playing a game here. Can you just quickly walk through and get out the way? As he was just under the hoop, I sprinted.
You took flight.
I took flight. I dunked. I yoked on him hard. I dunked all over it. I yacked.
You yammed it on him?
All over Hoyte J. I baptised him. He put his hand up.
Yes.
And tried to block it. Obviously, did nothing.
Well, he knew the game was on the line as soon as he saw you coming.
Well, that's the thing. He's putting his body on the line there. However, his hand is now sore and he's mad at me. Is it my fault? Or is it his fault for trying to defend it?
Look, a couple of points on this. First is, geez, your quad has recovered miraculously.
Honestly, it has.
Just a couple of weeks ago, I saw you in a wheelchair being taken off a track.
We'll also dissect this either here or next week, but we will dissect the quad recovery and the wheelchair fiasco because I feel like I need to say some stuff.
It's miraculous. So that was the first point. The second point is, Jace, he's hardly the sturdiest of individuals. You quit in that race, but he quit way worse in that 4x100 metre relay race. He's now carrying on deluxe, and I worry for the future of your show because later on this afternoon, you guys are doing your regular 4 to 7 slot, and if this isn't resolved by then, I don't know what's going to happen. What do you usually do in this situation?
Well, to be honest, this is the first time Hoyte J's been mad at me. Usually he has a special place in his heart for old Keyzie. But this time he's genuinely pissed off. His words were, great, now I can't play golf tomorrow because my hand's sore. But he has recovered. He's been putting well. There's lots of stuff going on down here in the bowels of Eden Park. We are in the changing sheds, which is pretty bloody exciting. Of course, we are doing a 12-hour broadcast dedicated to raising awareness of bowel cancer symptoms. Every single day, 8 Kiwis are diagnosed with bowel cancer. 10% of all diagnosed, by the way, are under the age of 50. So if you are a young buck, don't think that you can get away with it. Text Lou right now to 3779. Make an instant $3 donation. Coming up, Manaia, we have got 2 huge names in the world of sport. It doesn't get any bigger. We've got Storm Purvis coming up next, who is a good mate of ours, netball legend.
Silver Fern legend.
Silver Fern. How many games for the Silver Fern, Storm? Two games for the Silver Ferns, which is 2 more than we've played.
More than you, mate.
Now pulling the fingers, so that's good. We've also got Tom Abercrombie in as well, who's been a stalwart of New Zealand basketball. And when you think New Zealand basketball, you think Tom.
Yeah. Couple of games for the Breakers for Tom as well.
2 games. I think he's played 3, actually, which is pretty exciting. They'll be in up next, along with some great tunes as well. Got some Incubus on the way, The Cult, and a bit of Weezer too. You are on A Day in Loo, right here on Radio Hauraki.
Radio Hauraki, Day in Loo, supporting bowel cancer awareness. Just text Lou to 3779 to make a $3 donation.
It's a huge tune from Incubus on Radio Hauraki. It is 12:40 p.m. and we are right in the middle of a 12-hour broadcast raising awareness of bowel cancer symptoms. It is Bowel Cancer Awareness Month, and if you would like to donate $3 instantly, get your phone out and text Lou, L-O-O, to 3779, an instant $3 donation. It's 100% community funded, Bowel Cancer New Zealand, so they need all the help they can get. You've got Keyzie here, also Manaia Stewart. And joining us in the chat position today, we've got Storm Purvis, netball extraordinaire, now host of The Crowd Goes Wild, and also involved in Sky's netball coverage. Storm, how are you?
I feel like when you say netball extraordinaire and netball legend, you're saying it with like a sense of sarcasm.
Yeah.
It's
like he was taking the piss out of you.
He's taking the piss out of me,
that's what it felt like.
I feel it too.
Condescending
and I felt it
almost.
for, the 10 years that I've known you.
Yeah, well,
I think it's got to stop.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, the piece that people are missing here is that Storm and I have known each other for a long time, and I mean it 100% in a positive way. I mean, you got radio extraordinaire Manaia Stewart down the end there.
Right.
He's a legend of the game as well.
This is starting to feel a little bit condescending now.
It's normally pile on Chris, so we'll let him have his moment, I reckon.
Storm, one of my favourite things about coming to a Eden Park game, and I know this happens out at Mount Smart as well, but I love when I see you out and about and mixing and mingling with the fans, because it'll always be out in the concourse, and because you've got the cameraman with this giant light lighting you up, so you stand out like a sore thumb.
And I'm 6'2".
Yeah, you're 6'2", and you're getting absolutely mobbed. What are some of are there any memories that stand out from doing that stuff around the concourses at Eden Park? I know there's been a bit at Mount Smart.
The funniest was, I guess, wasn't that recently. What year was the Crusaders Blues Super Rugby final here?
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Oh, was it that one?
So I came in, and I'm from Christchurch, okay? I'm the punishing resident Crusaders fan. So I was in my Crusaders kit doing the Voxies before, talking to the fans before the match. And then obviously the Crusaders won. And I was trying to get people to talk to me after the match.
But they'd all left.
No, but they were all angry because they had a Crusaders jersey on. They were like, F off, and we're not talking to you. And they were just being vile. And so producer Ra Pomini had a Blues beanie and a big black jacket that he made me put on, and put a Blues beanie on, and then people talked to me.
That is funny though, isn't it? They refused.
They just refused. And I get it. I was, hitting them when they were down.
You went incognito.
I went incognito.
And then all of a sudden they believed you. Well, I was at that game, and I was, again, one-eyed cantab, just like you. I was the only person left in my stand with about 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, really?
Because it was that much of a hiding, and all the Blues fans, all 4 of them, were starting to leave by that stage. And so I had half a skinful. I was sitting at the top of the stand there. I was like, where you going? Where you guys going?
It's really hard, that particular role that I seem to always have to do with various sports. It's really great at the beginning of a game, and then you go to halftime, and as people are starting to get a little bit tipsy, a little bit drunk, they're getting a little bit inappropriate, and then post-match there's kind of no point anyway.
Yeah.
Man, we love having a beer at the rugby, don't get me wrong, but we know how to drink up here.
I think the thing is, right, because of the Crusaders' dominance, I understand why people refuse to talk to you, because people are just like, oh, the Crusaders, because they're so good.
Yeah. And
they were good again this season, which is exciting for you guys.
Happening again.
Yeah, I know, it's really buzzkill.
I hope you guys enjoyed last year, because it's happening again.
I'm nowhere near as confident.
Aren't you?
Nowhere near as confident.
Was it because of the way the game against the Blues finished?
I honestly thought the Blues were going to win.
Great finish.
I said that on air, I think.
Yeah. Well, honestly, it was like 40 phases. It was some of the most brutal rugby I've seen in a long time.
Speaking of brutal, did you know Chris got replaced off a TV show there?
Hang on, so we've got to set this up. So... Storm, obviously, you work at Sky, you front the netball coverage, you're involved with all sorts of sports. They'll just get you to go along and host pre-match shows and go along and interview audience members, etc.
I'm the person who goes when Laura McGoldrick isn't available.
Wow, okay.
If you were wondering.
If
or
she's...
Kirsty Stanway or Kimberly Downs. Then
they bring Stormy P in.
Yeah.
Shit, I wonder where I am on the list, because...
Below that, evidently.
Storm Purvis was involved, as was I, in the filming of a pilot episode of a new rugby league show, Manaia Stewart.
Oh, there is a new rugby league show, isn't there?
No, there is. It's hosted by Sean Johnson.
Yes.
And I just wanted to know, as someone who also got brutally cut, because Storm was my co-host on the pilot that we filmed that was approved.
I was not prepared for this to go public. I knew that you had come out owning this. You kept my name out of it, Chris Key, and I was hoping it was going to stay.
No, it was me and Storm, because me and Storm have known each other for a long time. We've always wanted to do something together.
This was your dream,
This was the dream. Yeah. It was like, hey, and we're even messaging like, hey man, this could actually happen. How cool's this? We're like, yeah, that's great.
Also happened to be about rugby league, not netball. I don't know how we managed to get that over the line. But
you're a professional though, so you were clued up. Your questions were better than mine, so that was good. How did you feel when we were brutally axed and replaced by Sean Johnson? How did you feel about that?
As soon as I heard that Sean was going to be involved and that he wanted to be host, I was ready to just go, okay, well, I'm out.
Yeah, okay.
I did not feel at all adequate sitting next to him and talking about
You're right,
rugby
same
league.
here.
So I was okay with it.
Yeah.
I felt more bad for Keyzie,
Yeah.
But, I mean, Keizie's got a full-time job. Like, he's totally happy and fine.
We're fine.
Sure.
It was just, I was really excited to this project, and it was the first time that, I'd been big dogged. Someone had come in and been like, hey, I'm Sean Johnson. I'm pretty much the Dan Carter of rugby league.
Literally can't get angry about it.
No, I know.
I couldn't say anything.
And then I watched the show, and I enjoyed it. You know what I mean? It's like, but I was just...
And if we were on it, we would have been hated on.
Yeah.
We would have get bullied.
That would have been fun, though, right?
Yeah. Fun for me.
It's fine.
Hey, Storm, what's your favourite Cult song from the Cult? Is it Firewoman?
Yeah, that's the one. Can you play it?
Yeah, man. We'll do a little request for you there. Well, this is Cult Firewoman. Storm Purvis, thank you so much for coming on. Good luck with your future TV endeavours and netball as well.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. All the best for the next 6 hours.
Yeah.
I've just seen Tom Abercrombie walk into the bowels of Eden Park. He's walked straight past the basketball hoop that's been set up there. I feel like that's probably like a...
Yeah.
Tommy, don't do that if he's not getting paid sort of situation, but...
Much cooler and more successful for me. It's going to be a better break.
Well, it's probably like, you walk into a room, see a glory hole and a camera, you probably go, it's just the office, I'm sick of that.
Yeah,
Aim and I.
I'm not doing it unless I'm getting paid. Anyway, we're going to go to the Cult Firewoman and then we'll come back and have a yarn to Tom Abercrombie. Thanks, Storm.
Right. Thanks, Storm. It is Hauraki's Day in Loo. Don't forget, text Loo to 3779 to make an instant $3 donation to Bowel Cancer New Zealand.
Live from the bowels of Eden Park, this is Day in Loo on Radio Hauraki.
It's such a great story, man. Hey, you're back on Radio Hauraki, 5 minutes to 1 o'clock this Wednesday afternoon. You've got Keyzie and Manaia Stewart here looking after you for the next half an hour or so. It is Day in Loo, a 12-hour-long broadcast dedicated to raising awareness of bowel cancer symptoms. Don't forget, you can make an instant $3 donation right now to Bowel Cancer New Zealand by texting Loo to 3779. Exciting guest up after one, Manaia Stewart.
Yeah, dear friend of mine. We used to play together back in the day. Tom Abercrombie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I used to run point for the bar. A lot of people don't remember that time in my life, and I don't really like to talk about it, but it's just good to catch up with old mates, find out what he's been up to.
Yeah, because he didn't know your name, mate. That was weird.
Since he left the Breakers. It's a long thing, but
yeah, right,
it's
okay.
the thing we do. He just shot a basketball. He said it's the first time he shot a basketball in about 6 months.
Well, that's the thing, right? Tom played for New Zealand, played for the Breakers for what felt like 30 years straight. He was always there. He was the one sort of centre pin in the whole thing. So it'll be interesting to see what he's been getting up to off the basketball court and that whole transition from athlete full-time to, like a regular worker.
Yeah.
Sports people, the ones I've known and worked with, are always like, when you leave that sporting environment, you're pretty much a child because everyone's always giving you your food and telling you where to be and what to do. Then all of a sudden, that all stops.
Yeah, you find yourself getting off a flight and you've still got your passport in your hand and you freak out.
Exactly. There's no one there waiting to tell you what to do.
Yeah, look, I struggled with that when I came out of the industry as well. But look, it'll be good to talk to him. There's people still milling about. It is absolutely rammed down here in the bowels of Eden Park. Your name, by the way, Keyzie, up above one of the lockers there.
Wow.
You'd be pretty stoked with that.
Yeah, Keyzie locker there, probably over the top of someone who actually deserves it, like Tana Umanga or Christian Cullen or someone like that. But plenty of more action coming after 1 o'clock. We've got Thomas Abercrombie on. Also, Greg and Angie are going to be doing an interview with Milan from Pluto. We've got Jason Hoyte coming in. Grant Fox is going to be in later on as well for all the footy heads out there. And the one and only Charlie Gubb will be making an appearance on the big show later on as well. So make sure you stick with us here on Hauraki.
It's Day in Loo on Radio Hauraki, supporting Bowel Cancer New Zealand. Head to dayinloo.co.nz to make a donation.
It is Soundgarden on Radio Hauraki, 9 minutes past 1, live from the bowels of Eden Park. Of course, it is a Day in Loo where we are raising funds and awareness for Bowel Cancer New Zealand. If you'd like to make an instant $3 donation right now, you can do so by texting Loo to 3779. It's 100% community funded, so need all the help we can get, fellas. When I say fellas, of course, it's Keyzie here. We've got Manaia Stewart with us, and Manaia, huge name for a guest.
Oh, thanks. I don't consider myself a guest, but anything I could do to lend a hand. I saw you struggling up here, but I've brought a dear friend along with me. Joining us, Tom Abercrombie. Welcome to the show, Tom. I saw you taking a shot before at the hoop that's down the far end, and you were saying that's the first time you touched a ball in 6 months.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how long it's been, but it has been a long time. Luckily, first shot, nothing but net.
Well,
still got it.
A swish. Was it a three-pointer?
Still got it.
I don't know if you can squeeze a three-point line into the changing sheds here, but...
it was a deep two.
Yeah, it was deep. It was from the wall anyway.
Yeah, coaches love a deep two. Low percentage shot. It's good stuff.
Coach killer. What are you doing with yourself these days?
I've actually just started as an investment advisor with Craig's Investment Partners this year, so bit of a feeling out period over the last year, and I retired from basketball, and a few qualifications under my belt, so trying to figure out what I wanted to do, but very happy to be in the industry now.
Well, as Manaia and I were discussing just prior to 1 o'clock there, a lot of athletes that I've worked with over at Sky during my years, they were saying that, when you're an athlete, people tell you where to be, when to be there, they give you your food. And then when that finishes, which for you was for a bloody long time, you're pretty much like a helpless little baby that doesn't know how to do anything. Was that the case for you?
Yeah, well, as I said, last year was a bit of a year in limbo, figuring out exactly what I wanted to do, and it is tough because you do get told where to be and what to do at all times. I spoke with my manager the other day, so I'm used to being coached, and all of a sudden you've got to kind of coach yourself when you make that shift. So it has been a change. The transition has not been easy, but it's all part of that learning process, and I'm very happy with where I am now.
And you're still involved in the ownership group at the Breakers, I understand. How's that going?
Yeah, no, so part of the new ownership group with the BNZ Breakers, which is awesome. I think the club needed some new life and an injection of enthusiasm and energy, and that's exactly what we want to bring it back to its Kiwi roots. So we've got some grand plans for the team, and that season will be rolling around soon enough.
Well, that's the thing with the Breakers, right? Because in the last half hour we were talking about a TV show I got axed from. I actually got axed as the Breakers MC as well. The first year that this American ownership group came in, I think it was Matt Walsh,
yep.
Sean Marion.
The Matrix took one look at you and said, get this guy off the mic.
Sean Marion, who's an NBA legend as well. So all these guys owned it. They tried to turn it into an NBA experience and kind of took away that sort of... It was the Blackwells that owned it originally, and it was that family vibe. You had great names. You had Paulie Henare involved. You had Dylan Boucher, and it was a real family feeling there. They came in, sort of ripped it all out, tried to turn it into more of a business. Didn't really work. So you guys going back towards the old days?
Yeah, well, we want to take what worked previously, and obviously a big part of that was the community and family feel of the club and being able to harness what is essentially our superpower, and we are a New Zealand team, and we should have New Zealanders playing for us. That's where we feel like we can really get that extra 1 or 2% out of players. If they really want to play for the New Zealand Breakers and represent New Zealand, they can do that to the best of their abilities. But it's about getting out into the community as well and establishing those pathways for young hoopers in New Zealand, because we have such an incredible amount of talent coming through now, and they should be coming through Breakers academies and systems like that, having those touch points so that hopefully we can develop some future superstars.
I was just going to... you were going to... Because I was just going to say that, you're so right about the pathways thing. I feel like I definitely could have made the league had I been given the chance, but, regional New Zealand just wasn't equipped.
There were no Breakers pathways down in Timaru,
That's right. No, there weren't. There really weren't.
Tom,
it was 3 hours to drive to watch the Rams play, you know what I mean?
We'll get an academy down there, mate.
Yeah, if we're getting an academy into Timaru. Look, we're down here in the bowels. We're in the dressing rooms, the changing sheds. You've played all over the world. You would have been in some pretty bizarre changing rooms. Would that be fair to say? You played in Turkey, Spain. What are some of the most memorable experiences you've had in changing rooms?
Yeah, no, I've played in some pretty out-of-it countries, and especially in Turkey. I remember I arrived in Turkey the first time I walked into the changing room playing for that team, and we had a bit of an elder statesman there who'd been part of the Turkish national team, played for the team for a number of years. He was in his late 30s, and I remember walking in, and he's sitting there butt naked in his locker with a ciggy in his mouth. He'd just finished practice. He's like, "Hey, Tom," comes and shakes my hand. He's got nothing on. He gets Arby's delivered to his locker about 10 minutes later, and this was my little welcome to the team, welcome to Turkey moment. So
you were saying off air, he was a 7-footer, right?
Yeah, he's a 7-footer.
So the question in my brain that I've always wanted to ask, and
hang on,
everyone's
I don't know if
brain,
you can ask this on the radio.
No, but if a dude is 7 foot, is he rocking a massive downstairs operation? Is that how it works?
I can't speak for every 7-footer, Keyzie, but he was fairly well equipped from memory.
He was in proportion.
Yeah, because I've always wondered that. Because you're quite short, Minogue. Hey, Tom, just before we let you go, man, you have transitioned into a full working adult boy now, so you've got your nice shirt and your sweater on, you're an investment advisor, you're 5 months in, you were saying. Have you got the VW Golf, and is it 9 to 5, and are you part of the rat race? How's it all going?
Yeah, no, part of the full 9 to 5 now, so it's going good. Obviously, it's been an adjustment, getting used to that, and I remember the first day I chucked a shirt on and some nice shoes and pants and walked out the door, and my kids were like, "What in the world are you doing, Dad?"
Who the hell are you?
I'm going to work. Like, you don't wear that to work. So it's been a bit of an adjustment for everyone, but as I said, I couldn't be happier with where I am. It's an incredible place to work, and we're doing great things for people, helping people who need it, and loving it.
Yeah, right.
Thanks for coming down, mate, and if you've got 5 minutes, so you fancy a game of horse?
Let's do it, mate.
All right, let's do it.
Can you do a dunk? That's what I usually start my horse with.
With a dunk?
I don't know if I can dunk.
Can I do it?
I wonder if you can anymore, actually. It's certainly not in business shoes. This one goes out to you, Tom, by the way. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Don't do me like that. Actually, that sounded weird. No, that sounded weird.
I won't.
Sorry about that. You're on Hauraki. It's Day in Loo.
Radio Hauraki. Day in Loo. Supporting bowel cancer awareness. Just text Loo to 3779 to make a $3 donation.
Bit of Pearl Jam for you there, Corduroy on the Hauraki, I was going to say the big show, but that's not till 4 o'clock today. You've got Keyzie and Manaia with you, though. We are broadcasting live from the bowels of Eden Park.
Yeah, that's right. For the Radio Hauraki Day in Loo, it's the third year in a row we've been doing this with Bowel Cancer NZ, the iconic Eden Park changing sheds here that have housed thousands of sporting legends over the years, just raising a bit of awareness around the symptoms, Keyzie, which include bleeding from the bottom, change of bowel motion, severe persistent or periodic abdominal pain. One of the things that is not a symptom is draining three-pointers over Kiwi basketball legends, and that is what we just witnessed from Jason Hoyte.
We certainly did, Manaia Stewart. Tom Abercrombie, he, bless his heart, he actually wanted to play a bit of horse with us.
Yes.
It was the first time he'd shot a ball in 6 months, and so we were down there shooting hoops, and Hoyte J staggered over and was like, "What are you doing, fellas?"
It's a bit of pick-up, is it?
And then instantly you see Jason, Tom Abercrombie standing next to each other. Tom's about 2 foot taller than he is.
Yes. Jace decides to try and defend him, and Tom says, well, if you want to play, mate, let's play. Check the ball. So he gave it to Jace, stripped him, gave the ball back to him. Hoyte J, left, right, in and out, crossover, step back.
Step back was the craziest part.
Hit the long two over Tom Abercrombie. We'll get that footage up on socials. It is one of the wildest feats of athleticism I've ever seen in my life. We're talking about a man who, has run out of his cricket pads before, who was blitzed by Mike Lane in a 4x100 metre relay very, very recently, to then all of a sudden turn around and hit a jump shot over one of the most legendary basketballers that this great nation's ever produced. It's going to go viral.
Yeah, and he's very smug about it now, and suddenly his hand that he hurt from me dunking on him.
Look at the swagger on him.
It is disgusting. Like, I wish people could see it, man. That is a man with a couple of huge bullors right there. Manaia Stewart, we're going to get back into the tunes. Of course, it is Day in Loo. We've got the police for you now. AC/DC up next, and the one and only Prebble will be taking over. Angie making an appearance on the show as well, along with Bec Sandy. So it's a full Hauraki crew day.
Full house.
And if you do want to donate, text Lou to 3779. Instant $3 donation to Bowel Cancer New Zealand. Roxanne, the police. Tune.
Live from the bowels of Eden Park, this is Day in Loo on Radio Hauraki.
Radio Hauraki AC/DC Shoot to Thrill on our Day in Loo 2025, live from the bowels of Eden Park in Auckland. And what an auspicious place to be, the hallowed grounds of Eden Park. A great location for this year's Day in Loo. Thanks so much for tuning in today. And hey, look, the reason we're doing this is because every day 9 Kiwis are diagnosed with bowel cancer, and if it's caught early, it is highly treatable. You can help out Bowel Cancer NZ by texting Lou to 3779. That'll make an instant $3 donation right now. Later this afternoon, we're going to catch up with the crew from Cotton Soft through a part of today. We're going to catch up with a commentator who's seen many incredible games here at Eden Park as well. And also, the guys from Pluto coming in around 2 o'clock. Angie's in later, the big show on from 4. And as well as having all these great New Zealanders here at Day in Loo with us at Eden Park, we're also hearing from great New Zealanders who are tuning in today. It's great to hear from you on the text 3483. Mikhail messaged in. His partner has stage 4 bowel cancer at 18 years old. If you could give a big shout out to Jay Findlater from her partner and 3 children. For me, that would be cool as. Keep on battling, Jay. Absolutely. Great to hear from you guys. And also, Joe says, hey fellas, I'm sitting here in bed listening to Day in Loo, taking this morning's dose of chemotherapy tablets for my stage 3 bowel cancer. It was last year after listening to Day in Loo 2024 that Di Henwood's story and Maddie's catchy song Check It Out that stayed in my head like an annoying cancerous earworm and got me to go and see my GP. Went on the waiting list for a colonoscopy, and then 5 weeks later had surgery to remove 45 centimetres of my bowel. Unfortunately, it was in my lymph nodes, so I currently go through 3 months of chemo infusions and tablets. But thank you for giving me the nudge required to get it checked out and not leave it any later. Everyone should get themselves checked, says Joe. Best wishes for a successful Day in Loo 2025. Joe, thanks for that, mate, and best wishes to you as well. Thanks for tuning in to Day in Loo on Radio Hauraki.
It's Day in Loo on Radio Hauraki, supporting Bowel Cancer New Zealand. Head to dayinloo.co.nz to make a donation.
Radio Hauraki, Lincoln Park, what I've done. Day in Loo 2025, 14 to 2 with Prebble, live from the bowels of Eden Park. Denise from Cotton Softs joins us. Kia ora.
Kia ora.
Have you been to Eden Park much before?
I have to watch events, rugby, cricket, concerts, and women's football, but I've never been in the changing room with the All Blacks before.
In the bowels of Eden Park and the changing sheds today. Welcome to Day in Loo 2025.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming. What's been your association with Cotton Softs with the Bowel Cancer NZ?
Well, I have worked at Cotton Soft for 12 years now, coming on 13, and we have been a sponsor of Bowel Cancer New Zealand for 12 years.
Wow.
So we basically have been a foundation sponsor with them since they were a tiny little charity. And every year we work with them on different campaigns, such as Move Your Butt to raise money, June, Bowel Cancer Awareness Month, and we even put symptoms on our Cotton Softs packs.
Yes, I'm staring at a pack of Cotton Softs, the toilet paper here, the triple ply. It's great stuff, man. So what am I staring at? What's on the back of the pack there?
So on the back of all our Cotton Softs packs, we have basically listed out all the common symptoms of bowel cancer in the hope that people will just read that when they're unloading the shopping or looking for toilet paper, and it will be an association for them, and they will learn some of the symptoms. And if we can save even one life through having those symptoms on and raising awareness, then we've done a good job.
And what are those symptoms?
Tiredness, unexplained weight loss, fatigue, blood in your poo, things that a lot of people don't want to actually talk about or think about. It's an uncomfortable topic.
But you can't put it off, can you?
No, you can't.
Go see the doctor straight away.
Yeah, so we've had a few people at our work have family associations with bowel cancer. One of them is going to be on speaking to you a bit later, Simon.
Yeah.
Our country manager, Kim Calvert, for example,
he was part of Day in Loo last year, wasn't he?
He was part of Day in Loo last year. Yeah. His father died of bowel cancer, and so he's very open about the fact he goes and has colonoscopies, and his whole family get checked regularly, and we try really hard to promote that. And there's a lot of people in our work who've had family and friends, but actually this year, one of our lovely colleagues, one of the nicest men you could ever meet in the world, Hardy, he passed away from bowel cancer.
No way.
So this year we did Move Your Butt, dedicated to him, and to try and raise awareness. He always took part in Move Your Butt. He went out walking, he did Tai Chi, he did other things like that. So we all had a huge team this year to fundraise in honour of him and try and raise awareness.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're doing today as part of Bowel Cancer Awareness Month. And you listening can help out right now. Make an instant $3 donation to Bowel Cancer NZ by texting LOO to 3779. Denise from Cotton Softs, thanks for coming along to Day in Loo 2025 on Radio Hauraki.
Radio Hauraki, Day in Loo, supporting bowel cancer awareness. Just text LOO to 3779 to make a $3 donation.
Radio Hauraki, Aeroplane from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Day in Loo 2025, live from the bowels of Eden Park with Greg Prebble, and Angelina is back.
Oh, g'day.
Mate, it's been a minute. How you been?
Oh, it's been about a couple of months at least since I've been on here. This is the first time I've done it in ages.
And live from Eden Park as well.
I know, and I'm just watching right now and looking at the rugby jerseys. John Lomu's right in front of me, Kieran Reid's. It's quite a special thing to be here this time round.
All the legends. And speaking of great New Zealanders, the fellas from Pluto are here as well. Kia ora, Milan and Matthias. Thanks for coming in today.
Hey guys, thanks for having us.
We're here in support of Bowel Cancer Awareness Month, and Bowel Cancer NZ is a charity that's 100% community funded. We're trying to raise funds for them today by people donating $3 by texting LOO to 3779. Have you ever had incidents within the family or friends? Or
yeah, my godfather, Daniel Butteridge, he suffered a case of, I think it was stage 3 maybe, and that was quite a few years ago, and he had to do the full kind of operation and actually got through it. So now he lives in Croatia. He's back in Croatia, and he's all good now.
That's great.
Yeah.
So we're really encouraging people to just get tested if they get any symptoms, things like that. You'd be on board with that, eh?
Absolutely.
Give it a push.
I think I've got to get tested at some stage as well.
Right. Have you had any symptoms? You should definitely go see your doctor.
I don't know, no symptoms as of yet.
Great. So Pluto, what's the state of the band these days?
Oh, actually, it's our 20th anniversary for the second record, Pipeline Under the Ocean. So that's the, obviously, Dance Stamina, Long White Cross record. And so JB Hi-Fi are going to be pressing the vinyl for that. So it'll be the first time the album's got to vinyl. And we're having a show, it's the 20th anniversary show at Double Whammy on November 8th, is that
November
right?
the 8th.
November the 8th.
That is what I was waiting for, because I was going to say, surely you're going to play shows and tour that album. So are you learning everything, like doing it in its entirety?
Pretty much,
whoa.
yeah, we are. And then the deep cuts.
So revisiting some of the tracks.
Yeah.
How have you started any pre-production or rehearsals for that yet?
I'd like to say yes, but
You'd
but
like
no.
Well, you guys have got a lot of things on though as well. You've got some other things up your sleeve that we're pretty excited about.
Yeah, that's FMO, isn't it, Matthias?
That's the next one, full metal orchestra. So kind of a combination between the Come Together project and symphony as well, and that is, as it sounds, it's a list of full metal, heavy metal songs with an orchestra, which is great.
So,
and can you give us a hint on what songs you guys might be performing on?
Yeah, I'm allowed to actually. So
Yeah,
I'm the ones I've given away recently on an interview on Hauraki was Change by the Deftones. I'm doing that one.
Wow.
And then also Du hast by Rammstein. So I've had to go over my German and refresh it a bit.
well, surely there's not a lot of German you'd have to learn, just a couple of lines, really.
I feel it, but I just want to get the pronunciation right,
Yeah.
because I know there'll be a handful of Germans out there that'll,
That's a powerful song too. You've got to get deep into the lower register when you're getting into that one.
Oh yeah, and I'm the only one that supposedly can do it, so they gave it to me.
And have you spent time in Germany before? Are you sort of refreshing?
I have. I was actually in Berlin when Rammstein were just coming up, so it was like 95, I think, and we were frequenting this. It was like an amusement park of nightclubs, like a dance kind of nightclubs called Kunstpark. Right. And Tim and I used to go there, and they were there.
Right. And they're known for their relentless, outrageous live performances, even back then in those early days with a full-on sight to be seen.
Yep. Yeah, and all those big giant penises.
Yeah. The days before social media too, so they probably pushed the envelope a little more.
Yeah.
Hey, I noticed you got your guitar in your hand. Matthias, you brought a keyboard in. You fellas want to play us a Pluto tune this afternoon at Day in Loo, live from Eden Park?
We'd love to. Should we start?
Yeah, what are you going to do?
We're going to do the old classic Hey Little.
Hey Little?
Yes.
On Radio Hauraki.
Here we go. Ready?
Walking with an uppercut in your thigh. On a daydream station, you whistle up to summon your bats again.
from Day in Loo 2025. Hey, Little.
Broken hand and all.
Oh, man, Malone, you've got a broken hand.
That's outstanding.
You still managed to play the guitar.
True professional. I was actually singing that song to my 5-year-old in the bath the other day because I was telling her to wash behind her ears. Thought of that song. And then I thought, the first time I heard that tune, it was, I reckon, my second day in radio, and you came in to the station I was at and played that song live.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I remember that.
How old would your littles be now, then, that you wrote that song about? Dare I ask?
I think Harrison is like
26.
Yeah.
Oh, ouch.
Crazy, yeah.
That's amazing. So Red Light Syndrome, the first ever Pluto album. Yep. Do you revisit that a lot when you play shows?
That song especially, and also Stick With It.
Oh, yeah.
Probably about 3 from the first album.
Yeah, and Madeline sometimes,
Yeah.
Amazing.
And when's the 20th anniversary of Pipeline Under the Ocean?
That, it's November the 8th, but we released it earlier, but we couldn't get a slot at Double Whammy until November, so... But it's still in the same year.
That's great. So can we get tickets yet, or are you still putting that together?
We're still putting that together.
Yeah,
but
great.
the tickets will be available as soon as we do.
Save the date.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah.
Once it's all go. All right, well, thank you so much for coming down and performing and being part of Day in Loo 2025. Pluto, everybody.
Thanks for having us. Thank you.
Live from the bowels of Eden Park, this is Day in Loo on Radio Hauraki.
Radio Hauraki, you too. Sunday, Bloody Sunday, live from the bowels of Eden Park for Day in Loo 2025. It's 2:30 with Greg Prebble, and I'm joined now by Simon from Cotton-Softs. G'day, mate.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, really well, thanks. We are supporting awareness of bowel cancer this month, and Bowel Cancer NZ. People can make a $3 donation right now by texting LOO to 3779. You have a family history, a connection to bowel cancer. You've been affected by it?
Yeah, we do actually, Greg. I'm just very proud to work for Cotton-Soft, who are a long-time sponsor of bowel cancer and driving the awareness of it, and there's a few of us at Cotton-Soft who have family connections to bowel cancer. And my family, unfortunately, my mother's family, there's 7 of them in the family, and 5 of them have had bowel cancer.
Wow.
2 of them passed away in their 30s. Very sad indeed, and the family still carries that pain today.
That's so young.
It is, yep, very much so. So, I'd encourage every man and woman out there to make sure they get tested with colonoscopies. It is uncomfortable to talk about, especially as a rugby bloke. We want to talk about the rugby or the league or the sport. But it's pretty important to make sure that you do get checked. For our family, we were under a medical study for 10 years because we thought it was a hereditary situation with the bowel cancer. It has turned out to not be hereditary, so that's been positive. But myself, I had about 10 colonoscopies over the last 15, 16 years, so slightly uncomfortable, but you got to do it for your children. You've got to think about your kids, and you want to be there for your daughter's wedding or your son's wedding, and make sure that you're there for your children, really, at the end of the day.
Absolutely. And there'll be people listening who are thinking maybe they've got a couple of symptoms and they think, oh, she'll be right, but it's not the way, eh?
No, definitely not. You want to definitely get checked out. So, that's myself and my brothers and cousins. We've all been through it, and, we've just got to keep doing it and keep testing.
Yeah, and just go to the GP, and then if they recommend a colonoscopy or whatever, then go from there.
Yeah, definitely go for it.
And do you want to speak of the symptoms that people should be aware of?
Yeah, well, I suppose the first one is if you've got some blood in the old number 2, I would say that's a first easy sign.
Yep.
But there's other parts, like, say, if you're starting to lose weight unexplainably. I definitely haven't lost weight, but that's all right. So there's a lot of symptoms there. But if you go to our packs, our Cotton-Soft packs, we've sold over 1 million packs in the last year. And on the back of the packs is the symptoms that you can look for. So we're trying to help. That's 1 million opportunities that people have had to try and look after themselves and save themselves from cancer.
Yeah, and there they are all on the back of the pack. We've got a packet of Cotton-Soft's toilet paper on the desk here that we're broadcasting with our Day in Loo live from Eden Park today. 1 million packets. Is 1 million rolls or 1 million packets?
1 million packs, that's right, sold out. And so we're ready to sell more. But the main thing is if you catch bowel cancer early, it's treatable and beatable. So, it's really important to do that testing and look after yourself.
Yeah. Hey Simon, thanks so much for coming in today, being part of Day in Loo. You and your crew, you've got a team here from
Yeah, we have. We've got the lovely Denise here, and we've got our marketers, Emily, here as well.
They're taking photos of you right now, Simon?
Human resource people, sorry. Sort of like marketers, all right. So it's great to be here, and looks like we're going to meet some lovely celebrities. We've got Grant Fox walked in here, so he's one of the heroes.
Yeah, absolutely. He'll be on the big show later.
Yeah.
Who's your team?
Oh, my team? Well, I've got a Chiefs hat on at the moment, so we're looking forward to the big final this Saturday.
Are you going down to Christchurch for it?
Yeah, we're definitely watching it. I'm not going down to Christchurch, but I'd encourage all those Chiefs supporters to record their Mulu bells on Bluetooth speakers and take those Bluetooth speakers into the stadium so that the Crusaders can hear that.
Blake, who's just over there, was saying that he used to have student flats, and the Chiefs supporters would come around with their cowbells in the flat and watch it while they're watching on the telly.
There you go. It would be pretty loud in there, right? So if you haven't got a bell, then just take a Bluetooth speaker with the bell on it.
Yeah, that's the go. And if you need if you don't have a recording of one, they can just ring you and you'll play it down the phone for them?
Yeah, mate, definitely.
How many you got in the family? How many bells?
Oh, well, actually, I left my bell at the game the other week. So I had two. Luckily, I've got a reserve. So I've got my reserve bell ready to go.
Right. Is this the first time you've been this deep into Eden Park?
I think I might have been here once before, going back in the 90s, I think, maybe. Oh. Yeah, but it's great to be in the All Blacks changing room, where the lads have been and used their toilets, and
that's right.
I'm going to jump in the spa shortly. They've got one there as well.
It's a hot and a cold one, so make sure you check the water before you jump in. You don't want to hit the wrong one.
Yeah,
it's cold enough outside already. But the names behind you in the changing sheds here. You've got Kieran Reid, you've got Jonah Lomu, Aaron Smith, and then behind you, look who's there. Oh, it's Greg Prebble.
Yeah, I know, mate. Yeah, we've got Jeremy Wells and Guy Henwood, lovely people.
We've had the place kitted out just for today.
Yeah, true. And we're just looking for some Chiefs names up there as well, if we can. Anton Leonard Brown, beautiful.
That's right. Well, all the best for everything for you and your family. Thanks for being a part of Day in Loo 2025. Simon from Cotton Softs on Radio Hauraki.
Thank you.
It's Day in Loo on Radio Hauraki, supporting bowel cancer New Zealand. Head to dayinloo.co.nz to make a donation.
It's Radio Hauraki on our Day in Loo at Eden Park, and somebody who spent a lot of time here is Jason Pine, the commentator. Kia ora, Piney. Thanks for your time on Hauraki today. What are your favourite memories of Eden Park?
Kia ora, Greg. Yeah, great to be here, mate. Look, many. I think two probably stand out, and they're probably the two that get talked about the most. One is the World Cup final, the Rugby World Cup final 2011, that heart-stopper against France, where I think most of us turned up thinking, you know what, we should be okay here. We're going to break this 24 years of hurt and win this World Cup again. But right up until the end, it was just nails being bitten. Any hair that I had left was gone by the end of it.
Oh, it was so tense.
When that ball was, it was so tense. When that ball was finally booted into touch and we'd finally won it, it was more relief than elation. So that was one. And then 4 years later, who could forget the Cricket World Cup semi-final against South Africa? The hairy jab down one end, Dale Steyn charging in from the other, and, Grant Elliott hitting that six into the stands, and I've commemorated it, as I'm sure you know, with a green seat there at Eden Park now, so you can make your way to exactly where the ball landed and sit on that green seat and think back to that wonderful night as well. So those are just two. There have been many more, but yeah, whenever I go to Eden Park, I think, man, some amazing stuff has happened out here on this patch of grass, and it's pretty easy to take a wander down memory lane.
I'm going to have to go and seek out that green seat. Any ideas which direction I should head?
Yeah, it's in the southern stand, the bottom of the southern stand. So the cricket ground, or the way the cricket wicket was set up, goes the opposite way to rugby. So if rugby's left and right, that'll be west and east. It's down at the southern end. Pretty easy to spot there, Greg. It's unless you're colourblind, you should be able to pick it up okay.
Okay, I'll go and check it out. We're in the bowels of Eden Park right now for our Day in Loo. Jason Piney is with us on Radio Hauraki.
Radio Hauraki, Day in Loo, supporting bowel cancer awareness. Just text Loo to 3779 to make a $3 donation.
This is Radio Hauraki. It is our Day in Loo. We are raising awareness for bowel cancer NZ, and very special guests joining us throughout the day today, including commentator Jason Pine. Piney, what's your relationship to bowel cancer? Have you known anyone who's been affected by it?
Yeah, my own father, Greg, was affected by it, came through it. This was in the early part of the 2000s, around 2001, so almost quarter of a century ago now. But yeah, my dad was diagnosed with bowel cancer and spent some time in hospital. Thankfully, made a full recovery, but still gets checkups now. And, my dad was the opposite to me, really, a very healthy living guy, exercised a lot, was always very careful with what he ate, didn't drink a lot. I guess it goes to show that it can affect anybody at any time. It was a pretty challenging time for our family. And as I say, thankfully, we came through it okay. But, what you guys are doing today, just, raising awareness and just making sure people know that it can afflict anybody at any time is just so valuable. So, yeah, look, I know that I'm not in the minority. Most people listening will have had some form of association with bowel cancer. So yeah, Day in Loo today. Great that you guys are doing this. I love what you're doing. But and thankfully my old man's still around to tell the tale. So the relationship is always a pretty close one for me.
Oh, that's awesome, and that he's recovered so well. How long did that ordeal affect your family? Are we talking months, weeks?
Yeah, it was the real guts of it when he was first diagnosed was probably the hardest part, and that was something that takes a while to come to terms with, and then over time he got some treatment and was looked after and did the right thing. So yeah, it was weeks rather than months, and like I say, he still has regular checkups, and of course what it's also done is made sure that I've got checkups as well, because these things can be genetic, not necessarily, but they can be. So it has also increased the level of awareness through me and through the people I know as well. So yeah, look, it was a challenging time for us, but as I say, thankfully we're through it. But it has certainly heightened my awareness of what bowel cancer is and how we can best look at making sure that it afflicts a few of us as possible.
Yeah, and if someone does get affected by it, there's help available through the people at Bowel Cancer NZ, and you can make a $3 donation to them right now as you're listening by texting Loo to 3779. From Eden Park, it's our Day in Loo, and commentator Piney, Jason Pine, thanks for your time on Hauraki.
Yeah, Preb's great to chat to you, mate. All the best for a great day.
Live from the bowels of Eden Park, this is Day in Loo on Radio Hauraki.
Absolute tune for Pearl Jam. It's not for you on Hauraki with Angie Bec on the radio for a while. Sitting with me, none other than Bec Sandys, who's winged her way up from Christchurch for Hauraki's Day in Loo. It's the third time we've done this with Bowel Cancer NZ. I've broadcasted from some strange places before, but never from the Eden Park changing rooms. What about you, Bex?
No, never from the changing rooms, the bowels of Eden Park, as we are today. I think this time last year we were in a pub, sitting on a cold porcelain toilet.
Yeah, a little more comfortable this time, but the idea is to raise awareness of bowel cancer symptoms. They do say, if caught early, they reckon 90% of cases can be treated. Now, we've both had experiences, Bex, with grandparents with bowel cancer. My nana passed away from bowel cancer, and yours?
My nan has just recently been diagnosed at 93. Oh. So, it's definitely, they're saying that any age these days, eh?
Yeah, so you and I should both, maybe we could, it can be a thing. We can do it together.
Do our samples together.
Go get tested.
For sure, yeah.
So the symptoms we're looking at, bleeding from the bottom, we've got severe, persistent or periodic abdominal pain, a lump or a mass in the abdomen. If you've got any of these, go see your GP straight away. Text Loo to 3779 if you want to make a $3 instant donation right now to the Bowel Cancer NZ. So, Bex, coming up, we've got a very special guest.
We do. A white fern.
Right. We'll be talking very soon to Claudia Bunge. In the meantime, the tunes from Eden Park. Talking Heads up next right here. It's The Who on Hauraki with Angie and Bec.
It's Day in Loo on Radio Hauraki, supporting Bowel Cancer New Zealand. Head to dayinloo.co.nz to make a donation.
Hauraki, the dulcet tones of David Byrne, who is coming to New Zealand, I might add, cannot wait, with Talking Heads, Road to Nowhere. Hauraki with Angie and Bec Sandys. G'day, Bec.
G'day.
We are in the bowels of Eden Park for Day in Loo. We're raising awareness for bowel cancer symptoms, and it's all for Bowel Cancer NZ as well. You can text Loo to 3779 for an instant $3 donation. We have a guest.
We do. I'd like to welcome Claudia Bunge, who is a football fern. I said white fern before, that was my mistake. Football fern. Welcome.
Hi guys, thanks for having me, and that's okay. It's a common mistake, so I'll forgive you for that one.
It's all good. You have played the Hello Grounds of Eden Park before.
Yes, we played our opening game of the World Cup here against Norway, and we won 1-0. So yeah, very memorable game, that one.
It was a fantastic game because I think it was a huge New Zealand crowd supporting you guys.
Oh yeah, it was crazy. I think there were like 42,000 people, which is just mad.
And have you ever played to an audience that big before?
No. I think the closest might have been like 20,000 or like maybe close to 30, but 42 was crazy. And we were actually running late to that game, oddly enough. So, we arrived and like we had to start warm-up straight away, and it wasn't until like the game started I actually realised how many people were in the stands, and yeah, it was just absolutely crazy.
What's it like when you've got, it's not just playing a game, it's a performance? Do you get stage fright, I guess, in front of so many people? Does it affect the game?
Definitely not stage fright, but you like definitely feel the nerves, and I think that game in particular, because it was like the first game of the World Cup, like stakes were super high, but it was unreal, and I really think like the crowd helped us get the result on that day.
Oh, that's amazing.
I was going to say, when you got 42,000 people behind you, it's like, it's got to buoy you guys up for a massive sort of energy hit. When you did the Olympics in, was it 2021, but it was the Tokyo Olympics 2020, you didn't have a crowd there, eh?
No one. It was just the coaches, the staff, and the subs on the bench, and like some match officials. There was literally no one in the stands. It was very different to the Eden Park game for sure.
At least you can say you played the Olympics though, right? Whoa, that's insane. And then the 2020, God, when was the last one in Paris? 3.
Last year, 2024.
Yeah, it's 25 now.
Yes, right. I'm losing count of my days and times. Were you there as well?
Yeah, I was there, and we actually had France in our pool as well, so that was a pretty big crowd as well. Not quite 42,000, but like maybe 20, 30,000 at that one, which was really cool.
That's insane. I can see it must be off season because you've got freshly painted nails. Like I'm guessing, when it comes to actually playing, that you'll be trimming that stuff right back.
They're actually not too bad with it. Actually, you're allowed to play with nails. I think as long as they're like not too crazy, like the crazy acrylics probably won't fly. But like me and my teammates at Victory, we go get ours done like most weeks. So no issues thus far.
So with the down season, you're back in the country at the moment. What do you do in that time?
So I'm back home with mum and dad, so I'm living rent free, and they're cooking my dinners, which is nice.
Good.
But yeah, I've just been having like a bit of time off for the last week and a bit after coming away with the Ferns, and basically kind of getting into pre-season pretty much now. So it's not a long off season, but it's kind of nice. I like to keep busy.
So you're based in Melbourne now, playing for Melbourne Victory.
Yeah.
Which Melbourne Victory, on the men's side, wasted Auckland AFC. I can't really say that they wasted them, but we did have a bit of a loss. So do you tell us a little bit more about what you're doing in Melbourne with Melbourne Victory?
Yeah, I've been playing there. I think this was my 4th season over there. We made the grand final, but we lost on pens this season, so that was a bit of a gutting one. But yeah, I love it over there. It's such a cool city. I love the club, and my teammates and my coach are great. So pretty happy to call Melbourne my home for the meantime.
And are there many other Kiwis on the team with you, or are you the only Kiwi on Melbourne Victory?
Our assistant coach, he is a Kiwi. Our manager is a Kiwi. Every 4th person in Melbourne is actually from New Zealand. And then one of our goalkeepers is also a Kiwi. So I've got some Kiwis around me, which is nice because
you kind of need it sometimes.
Yeah, they make fun of how I speak, even though we sound so similar. So it's nice just to have them around to back me up.
So was that no? Is that no?
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Your dick. Rack off. That's all I remember from home.
Rack
away,
off,
right?
Ramsey. So when did you start playing football?
Oh God, ages ago. When I was 5, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah. So a long time ago.
Absolutely massive career. All right, well, Claudia Bunge, thank you for coming and hanging out with us today for Day in Loo in the bowels of Eden Park. Don't forget, you can text Loo to 3779 to donate instantly. $3 to Bowel Cancer NZ. Get texting Dragon for you very soon. We're going to go fake no more. A wee number called Falling to Pieces. Circa the Real Thing 1989. On Hauraki with Angie Bec and Claudia, thank you.
Radio Hauraki, Day in Loo. supporting bowel cancer awareness. Just text Lou to 3779 to make a $3 donation.
It's Bec on Hauraki loser from the 31-year-old album Mellow Gold. Angie here with you with Bec Sandys live from the bowels of Eden Park for the annual Radio Hauraki Day in Loo with Bowel Cancer NZ. You got the big show coming up with Grant Fox after 4 o'clock. In the meantime, if you want to get behind supporting Bowel Cancer NZ, you can text Lou to 3779. They're a charity that is 100% community funded. And right here with us.
Yeah, we've got a special guest with us right now. We've got Robert, who is a marketing manager from Kelloggs. Welcome to the bowels of Eden Park.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Can you tell us a little bit about teaming up with Bowel Cancer New Zealand with Kelloggs?
Yeah, so we run a Better Days program where we try and just give back. It's really great to team up with Bowel Cancer, and it's just the right thing to do. We don't make any money out of it. Last year we donated $60,000 to bowel cancer, and this year we're hoping for more. So, what we are asking people to do is get out there the month of June, just buy a box of Sultana brand. It doesn't cost me any more, it doesn't cost me any less, but we'll donate 50 cents. So we'd love to be up to $65,000, $70,000 if we can get that.
That's amazing. Choice. Yeah. And we are actually giving away to our guests here for Day in Loo a nice, massive pack of Sultana brand with toilet paper too. So that makes it's a great addition to a little price pack. Thank you.
Thank you.
And so, have you been to Eden Park before as a spectator?
Yeah, I first came here in 1982 to watch the cricket.
Wow.
To watch Richard Hadley play, so it was quite a time. So it's been a few years since my first visit, but we like to get back when we can.
Yeah, and what a cool opportunity today to be here in the changing sheds, and we've got all this memorabilia around us. Someone told us earlier that it's one of the most famous toilets in the world, because you've got to think of
the number.
Well, Axl Rose, surely. Axl Rose at least has gone wheeze in those toilets. And you might have noticed, Robert, there's spa pools in there too. If you brought your dogs, jump on in. It's fun for all the family.
Absolutely. So have you recently been to any recent rugby games or anything here? Or?
Yeah, we came to watch the Blues last year. I brought my son along, so it was a great visit, great time being throughout here. This is fabulous. I can't
making memories at Eden Park. It is pretty cool. Hey, I mean, we've been sitting here today. We've had Grant Fox and a whole bunch of other people. Grant Fox is coming up soon. We should see him over there.
Yeah, all right. So we've got a couple more tunes to play for you before Bex and I are going to hand the reins over to the Hauraki Big Show fellas. Great to meet you, Robert. Thank you for coming in. Great initiative. Go get yourself some Sultana brand for the month of June. We've got the doors right here. It's People Are Strange.
Live from the bowels of Eden Park, this is Day in Loo on Radio Hauraki.
It's Green Day Holiday with Angie and Bex. We had an hour of power there, Bex Sandys.
That was the best hour of my day. It was so much fun. Great guests and all for a great cause.
Of course, live from the bowels of Eden Park for the annual Radio Hauraki Day in Loo with Bowel Cancer NZ. Because we played Green Day, I figured it was a great way, Jason Hoyte, to lead into your show coming up next.
Yeah, thanks, Angie. Very excited about that. And what a great hour it was. We need more female voices on Radio Hauraki. What do you say?
Come back to me.
Yeah, okay. Bex, what do you say?
Oh, yeah, totally behind that.
Yeah, I agree. But no, very much looking forward to it. The fellas are fired up, and we've been eating a lot of sweet stuff.
I saw you did a sweet goal against a very tall man just earlier.
Yeah, well, a lot of people won't know this about me, Angie. I was pretty handy on the old basketball court back in the day.
I can see that.
Old Tom Abercrombie there took me on and got dedoused.
Definitely he got dedoused.
Didn't see it coming.
Just a three-pointer dunk on his ass.
Well, I'm sure you'll be going into that a lot more after 4 o'clock with the Hauraki Big Show. Hey, great to see you, Jace.
Yeah, you too, mate.
Thanks, Angie. It's been great to hanging out with you for the last hour.
We're going to sign off, but if you do want to make an instant $3 donation right now to Bowel Cancer NZ, text Lou to 3779 rather. And I'll see you later. Bye.
It's Day in Loo on Radio Hauraki, supporting Bowel Cancer New Zealand. Head to dayinloo.co.nz to make a donation.
Yeah, g'day, you mad bastards. Great to have your company this Wednesday afternoon, the 18th of June, 2025. And as ever, you're listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Reburger.
Crave-worthy street food freshly made by Reburger.
Reburger. Sauce chicken.
Reburger, ba, ba, ba. We don't have any of the sound effects, fellas,
That's
so if we could just...
Yeah, no, that's great stuff, Keyzie. Great improvisation there. And Mogi, as always, you're looking like a stallion. How's life?
Going pretty grousey, you mad dog, you sick son of a bee. What an honour it is to be down here in the changing rooms at Eden Park. It's been going off all day. We've been here since about 3 a.m. and the energy levels have been through the roof as we raise as much money as we can for bowel cancer, brother.
Yes,
and
man.
So far, now this is an unofficial tally, $8 million.
Extraordinary.
So it's just the start of the big show, Keyzie. So kudos to you, brother.
So hang on, before I take kudos for $8 million, where'd you get that stat from?
Oh, I just saw a piece of paper over here and it had an 8 on it, and then I improvised.
Ah, yeah, well, that's great then. It's nice to know that we are making a difference, and you can too, New Zealand. Yeah, well done.
Yeah, woo! Hey,
$8
but having said that, fellas, don't stop donating.
No.
Keep it going. We want to get to 20 million by the end of the big show.
How do we go about it, Keyzie?
You text Lou to 3779, an instant $3 donation. Don't be a tight ass, bloody. Actually, it's a little pun there. Don't be a tight ass.
Yeah.
Because of bowel cancer and stuff.
That was good stuff. What was the number again there, Keyzie?
3779.
3779.
And you text Lou. Actually, pass me your phone, Jason.
No, you get your filthy hands out of it. Hey, but it has been a fantastic day, and it is really great to have your company, and it is a massive cause. So get involved. Make sure you make that donation. We'll be talking to people throughout the show. The great Grant Fox fellas.
Yeah, Grant Fox will be in after 5, Jace.
Talking to Pugs' mum as well, which I am really looking forward to.
That's right. She, Pugs' lovely mother, had a bit of a run-in with bowel cancer herself.
Yes.
The interview will mostly be about how Pugs turned out to be such a stallion, of course.
Yeah, totally.
Plus, we're going to have the groundskeeper of Eden Park on for a chat about maintaining one of the most prestigious fields in New Zealand.
I tell you what, on that front, Keyzie, I've been out. It's a beautiful day in Auckland City, just wandering the fields there, having a few shuttle sprints on Eden Park and Eden Park number 2. She's looking at picture, fellas.
Well, didn't you get told off for vaping on Eden Park?
Yeah, I did. I was bloody outraged.
But of course, we're going to get stuck into some tunes, though, eh, fellas?
Yeah, why not? Bit of U2, maybe?
Yeah, okay. This is Pride in the Name of Love, tunes.
Radio Hauraki, Day in Loo, supporting bowel cancer awareness. Just text Lou to 3779 to make a $3 donation.
Yes, indeed. Oasis there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Wednesday afternoon, live from the changing sheds in Eden Park. And, geez, I'll tell you what, mate, it takes me back, mate. She brings me back. Been in the old sheds here back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, you had a bit of time in the sheds, didn't you, as a sort of a younger man there? You've obviously come from a great pedigree sporting-wise.
Well, I was just naturally gifted from youth,
yes,
I think it's fair to say,
yeah.
There wasn't a sport I couldn't play, really.
Well, what was the first thing that brought you to Eden Park, mate?
Well, I remember coming with the whānau to Eden Park to watch my first ever All Black test.
Yeah, All Black.
And from that day onwards, I went, that's me.
Yeah,
that's what I want to do. I want to one day run out on Eden Park.
Sure.
With the fern on my burgeoning, heavily muscled chest.
Right, that's
so
right, but you had
it was always an ambition of mine, Mogi.
But you had to settle for streaking, didn't you?
Yeah, I did in the end.
Yeah.
And did you have a fern on your chest?
I had I've got a tattoo on my chest.
Oh, really?
Fern. Yeah, I do.
He's also got the Olympic rings on his back.
Yeah, that's a controversial one. Did you spend time at the Olympics?
A little bit of time at the Olympics, yes, I did.
What year was that?
That was 87, I think it was.
87?
There was no Olympics
that year.
I know, that was the weird thing.
By the way, we are in the changing room, the bowels of Eden Park, for the annual Radio Hauraki Day in Loo with Bowel Cancer New Zealand. We will be here until 6 p.m. We've been here since 6 a.m, so 12 hours broadcasting, raising funds and awareness as well for bowel cancer. If you'd like to donate $3 right now, you can text Loo, L-O-O, to 3779. Have you spent any time in the changing rooms of Eden Park, Mogi?
Well, only it's my first time in these ones, Keyzie, because, of course, these aren't the original changing rooms.
No, they're not.
These ones were built for the World Cup 2015. Prior to that, of course, they were over in the West Stand. And
of
in
course.
early days, of course, there was a space a little bit further along from where we are at the moment. And, of course, every time you sort of painted the walls, they get a bit smaller. And they do that probably once every 20 years. But yeah, I've spent some time in and around Eden Park. Keyzie, that's for sure.
That is a hell of an anecdote, by the way. If you were on like the former rugby player speaking tour, I reckon that would go down really well.
I mean, people get it. They just... The point is, Keyzie, you want to paint a picture, man. You want people to understand what it's like to be there without having the honour of actually being there, man.
You're right.
And that coat of paint of yarn I've just done.
The paint of coat,
yeah, that's a great chat.
Yeah. And so, what were you, a player or what?
No. I was one of the strappers. So I'd come in and I'd do the strapping. So
like
you need, for example, for you there, like I'd strap up your quad and that.
Yeah,
because you got a gammy quad.
You blew it out when you sort of went into.
You remember when we were doing that running race and you shat the bed and you cost us that race? So I would have strapped that up earlier on, and that would have got us through the race.
What's the name of the tape they use?
Gaffer tape.
Don't forget, if you want to donate $3 right now to Bowel Cancer New Zealand, text LOO to 3779. Up next, by the way, fellas, we're going to be chatting to Niko, who is the current groundsman of Eden Park.
Yeah, I know him well.
Groundskeeper.
Groundskeeper Niko. Is it sexist calling a groundsman?
Groundsman.
Oh, okay.
Groundskeeper.
Groundsperson Niko on the show next. What's this tune, Jace?
Audio Slave, baby.
Live from the bowels of Eden Park, this is In Loo on Radio Hauraki.
Yes, indeed, the Blue Oyster Cult there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Wednesday afternoon, live from the bowels of Eden Park. Special treat, actually. We've got the groundskeeper, Niko. How do you like to be introduced? Are you a groundskeeper or a groundsman?
We prefer turf managers.
Oh, turf manager.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, turf manager.
Yeah.
When did you guys decide that groundskeeper wasn't good enough for you and you needed a fancier one? When did that happen?
When HR stepped in.
Nice.
Did they like do a restructure and then you had to change the name of the role to turf manager? Was that it?
Well,
I feel like that's not it.
It feels like you were the one that got sent to HR. Is that right? Was it all your fault, Niko?
Yeah, it was. Hey, no, I've got to tell you, man, as always, Eden Park looking an absolute picture. It must be a pretty prestigious job in terms of turf control to get the old Eden Park gig.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough gig to kind of acquire, but so I kind of started off doing cricket wickets over on the North Shore.
Yes.
I spent 3.5 years over at Devonport Domain, North Shore Cricket Club.
Oh, beautiful ground, that one. She's lovely.
It's not bad, that one. And then, so 4.5 years ago, I got a call from a guy called Adam Hansen. He offered me a role here, and I've just kind of been here ever since.
Wow.
How good, man, how good. Listen, I've got to apologise to you a little bit because I was out in Eden Park number 2 having a vape, and I ended up doing a bit of wheeze on the grass there, so there might be a little dead patch coming up. That'll be all G, though. It's on the sort of outer boundary area. Is that all right?
That'll be right. We'll put a plaque there saying Hoyte's spot.
Yeah. Now, I see you've brought in a clump of grass here. Talk us through that. I'm fascinated.
Would you call that a clod, man? Would that be
a clod of grass?
Well, Americans call it a sod.
Sod.
So a bit of sod. This is a bit of a sample from our number 1 field. So what we've got here is our synthetic kind of hero hybrid system. So down below you can see there's the carpet back of the product, and then it's got synthetic fibres woven into it. And then what that has is our sand profile.
Yes.
And then on top of that is grass.
That's bloody beautiful, that is.
Cheers,
what are you talking about there in terms of the fortification with the synthetic blend? You're talking about a 5%, or are you going higher than that?
Nah, it's running a 5% synthetic.
About 5. Yeah, I thought about it. Looked about 5% to me.
Any higher than that, it's too much, Woody J. We found that.
Yeah, totally. Now, is it a challenge for you guys? Because, of course, you're juggling the old rugby and the cricket. Can be quite challenging sometimes.
It can be. I mean, we had a triple header weekend where we had cricket on the Friday, rugby on the Saturday, and international football on the Monday.
Yeah.
So that was massive. So what we did, we had the Black Caps versus Pakistan on the Friday night. We had to pull the pitch out that night. So we're at work from 6 a.m. to 3 a.m. the following day.
Wow.
Then
backbone.
Yeah, backbone. Slept at work for about 4 hours, and then the next day we were putting rugby posts up, getting rugby field marked out, and then the Blues played. Unfortunately, I lost the Crusaders that night.
Yeah. Well, they sucked, man. They got deduced.
Right. And then you had to prep it for football.
Yeah, so that same night, what we'd done, we washed off all the rugby
blood.
Blood and the paint, as well as dropped the post down, and then so that was another 1 a.m. finish, so another big day. Then following that, we had to get the football field up for a media day for New Zealand football, and then on the Monday we had New Zealand play against New Caledonia to go to the World Cup.
That's right. Yeah. Niko, by the way, turf manager of Eden Park. Hoyte J here. It's actually one of his fantasies to just retire from radio and be a groundskeeper.
Sure.
Turf manager.
Turf manager. It's quite a lot of work, right? Because he's picturing himself just riding a lawnmower. You know what I mean? That's all he's picturing. Yeah. It must be a hell of a lot of work.
There's a bit more to it, but I'm sure there might be some part-time work for you in the future.
Yeah, well, look,
he was singing riding around on the lawnmower, smoking a vape and urinating on the outfield.
Oh well, that's an easy trip to HR.
Well, what I'm figuring, Niko, is that you'll have good foundations in there, and by the time I take over and boot your ass out, it'll just be a case of doing the old mow, mate. But seriously, thanks for joining us, and it does look beautiful. I have been for a wander. She's looking beautiful out there.
Thanks, mate.
It's a shame the Blues suck and no one's playing
Jace,
here.
can you chill out, man? Come on, man.
But thank you, and thanks for joining us.
No worries. Cheers, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, mate.
It's Day in Loo on Radio Hauraki, supporting bowel cancer New Zealand. Head to dayinloo.co.nz to make a donation.
Yes, indeed. Black Sabbath there, and a Day in Loo here at the Radio Hauraki Big Show. And we couldn't do the show, fellas, without getting on that absolute backbone. Yeah. That rugby league legend, Charlie Gubb. G'day, Charlie, you mad bastard. How's life?
Yeah, good fella. Sounds like you got indigestion, brother.
Yeah, I was chewing on my nicotine gum and I got a bit of a hit to the back of the throat there, Charlie.
Charlie, g'day, man. Keyzie here. Hope you're well. Of course, we're raising funds and awareness for bowel cancer New Zealand. And for those that don't know, Charlie runs a very successful Portaloo company down in Wellington named Porter King. So you're pretty passionate about the bowels of New Zealand, aren't you, Charlie?
Oh, big time, brother. If you're not using them, something's wrong, right?
Well, 100%, man. There's plenty of symptoms. You know, we're talking bleeding from the bottom, change of bowel motions, severe, persistent, or periodic abdominal pain. The list goes on. But Charlie, you must have. Have you got any ripper yarns from the Portaloo world, man? Like, what have you ever found anything weird in a Portaloo or anything like that?
I've seen some heinous things, but some ripper things. I found like a pretty serious dildo at Martinborough Wine and Food Festival that came out of there. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, right. So
wonder where the hell that went.
So
do you have like a lost and found of stuff you found in the Portaloos, or?
Generally, I don't return it. You know, it's not. It doesn't really get returned. I found a few. Obviously, you find a lot of baggies. But
I've seen the terms and conditions on your website, man, and it says pretty clearly that you run a finders keepers policy.
That's right, and do not do drugs in my toilets without me.
Hey, Charlie, in all seriousness, man, you're a bit of a backbone. You're a hard bastard. Are you one of those guys, if you've got something going on with your body, that you go, I should be as right as rain, or are you one of those guys that goes, nah, I need to deal with this and get this seen to?
I'm pretty open book, so if I've got something that's on my mind, I'll ask someone, you know, even if they're like, I don't know if you should be asking that, but I just ask anyway. And if people want to ring me, ring the 0800 number for a Portaloo and just ask a health question, then just ask away.
Well, what is the 0800 number, man? Because obviously we'd recommend that you talk to a doctor, but if they're iffy, they could just call you instead.
Yeah, I don't know my number off by heart. The 0800 one.
Come on, man.
It's online and it's on the on front of the Portaloo stickers.
So Google it.
Yeah, Google it.
That's fair enough, actually, Charlie, because I don't, people asked for my wife's number the other day. I wouldn't have a clue, mate.
I know it.
Yeah,
so.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, off by heart.
Everybody knows it.
Charlie, you obviously spend a lot of time in changing sheds, man. You're obviously with the Wires, a wee stint with the Raiders as well overseas. We're in the changing rooms right now of Eden Park. And does anything pop into your mind in terms of crazy stuff you've seen in the changing rooms?
No, I've obviously had some real good times in there. Probably the best times are after the game, sitting in there. But the craziest thing I've seen probably Andrew Webster, the current Warriors coach. He would make a moose wear undies.
He would make a moose wear undies. Is that
Oh,
right?
really? So you're suggesting that Andrew Webster, current Warriors coach, is rocking a huge downstairs operation?
Yeah, unbelievably out of proportion.
Really?
That's actually pretty common with our ginger-headed friends.
Yeah. He's got a lot. Yeah, he's got the personality and he's got the weapon.
Wow, that's crazy. Because I thought it'd be like a Jace situation where he bangs on about it, but he doesn't actually have it, whereas Webster does. That's good to know. Who else has got a massive downstairs, Charlie? Can you give us your top three?
Nah, we don't.
It stays in the house, man.
1, 2,
yeah, come on, easy. Keep it above board, buddy.
Yeah, bloody hell. Hey, Charlie, just very quickly, State of O tonight. You going to be up and watching that, mate?
Yeah, I'll be up and watching it. One of my loyal clients gave me a beautiful edible that I'll get stuck into.
Good on you, Charlie,
good
man.
stuff.
Hey,
brother.
Before we let you go, don't forget, if you need to do poos in the Wellington area, to call Charlie's Porter Company. Don't know what the number is, Google it. And Charlie, quickly, what's your prediction for tonight's game?
I reckon that it's going to be rigged, and Queensland are going to win 1-12 to make it go game 3. That's my prediction.
Wow, that's a huge prediction from you, Charlie. Jeez.
Good on you, Charlie. You're mad bastard. We'll speak next week, mate. Until then, bit of Jane's Addiction, fellas.
Sounds good, Jace. Don't forget, if you would like to donate $3, text Loo to 3779. It is a day in Loo here in Hauraki.
Radio Hauraki, Day in Loo, supporting bowel cancer awareness. Just text Loo to 3779 to make a $3 donation.
Metallica there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Wednesday afternoon. So very nice to have your company. A day in Loo, and we're broadcasting from the bowels, from the changing sheds of Eden Park, fellas.
From the small colon, isn't it?
Yeah, the small colon.
Small colon.
Are there two colons?
There's a couple of colons.
Is it pronounced colon or colon?
No, colon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, colonoscopy.
Oh, okay. Colon means. We are, of course, raising...
easy on.
We're, of course, raising funds and awareness for Bowel Cancer New Zealand. It is Bowel Cancer New Zealand month. And big shout out to Eden Park for letting us broadcast for this entire day. 12 hours we're doing. Started at 6 a.m. from the changing sheds here. Very exciting, but it is all for a good cause. We're doing this because every day 9 Kiwis are diagnosed with bowel cancer. However, if it is caught early, bowel cancer is highly treatable. Under 50s, by the way, 10% of all people diagnosed are under 50. So if you are young, you can't get away with it. Just go get checked if there's anything weird going on with your poos, Mogi.
Have you learned anything here, Jace, today, man? I mean, obviously it's all about getting into the doctors there, getting checked up. That's not really the way you do it, historically. You go backbone route, that's what you call it.
Well, look, it's been a very special day here in the changing sheds, and I've been turned, Mogi.
Oh, more than once.
I've been
more
turned,
than once.
and the reality is, in all seriousness, if you've got some concerns, and even if you don't, go and get yourself checked out, and give yourself peace of mind, if nothing else. You know what I'm saying, Mogi?
Do you have this, Jace? Any of these? Bleeding from the bottom?
No.
Are you telling me now? I'm just going to stop you right there. Are you telling me you've never? Oh, hang on a minute. You've never wiped your bum and looked at the paper and seen blood on it, but you haven't because you don't look at the paper.
That's right, because that's what you do.
You've got to check the paper, man.
Have you ever had a change of bowel motions that come and go?
He doesn't know.
Can I just say I have had blood in my stool, and I got it checked out.
Who by?
By a doctor.
Oh.
And
what was it?
It was a what do you call it? A
polyps.
A polyp?
A hemorrhoid.
A hemorrhoid.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gross.
That's when you're.
No, I get it.
Yeah, we know what it is.
Yeah, no, we know what it is,
you don't
man.
Need to go into details.
What was the
mate.
doctor wearing, by the way?
He's wearing a Warriors shirt.
If you'd like to donate $3 right now to Bowel Cancer New Zealand, text Lou to 3779, and fellas,
779.
very exciting after 5 o'clock. All Black legend and father of Ryan Fox, Grant Fox, coming on the show.
You're pretty nervous about this interview, aren't you, Keyzie? Because he was like your boyhood hero.
No, that's not true because I'm not old enough. My boyhood heroes were, Tana Umanga, Jonah Lomu, Christian Cullen. Probably more your era, fellas. Foxy.
Foxy.
Yeah. Also, and I'm very excited about this because we're going to be interviewing Pugs' mum,
who's had her own fight with bowel cancer.
Mrs. Pug's mum.
Mrs. Pug's Have we got the music for that, by the way?
It's Mrs. Pug's mum. No, we don't, because we're in a changing room.
Oh, right.
But all that's coming up after 5 o'clock, so make sure you stay tuned. Oh, sorry, you usually say that part, eh?
Yeah, but go ahead, fill your boots.
That's all happening after 5, so make sure you stay tuned.
Live from the bowels of Eden Park, this is Day in Loo on Radio Hauraki.
Yes, indeed, we are in the bowels of Eden Park. You're listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Reburger.
Reburger.
Yeah, okay, good. And I tell you what, we have a massive hour ahead with the great Grant Fox coming in. I'm actually quite nervous about it because he is one of my heroes.
Yeah, well, of course, the big news, it'd be quite nice, he's obviously achieved a lot in his life, and then his son goes and one-ups him by doing very well on the golfing circuit. Pardon me, I just burped into the microphone there.
Good stuff, Keyzie.
That was disgusting. That was genuinely gross.
I can explain to the audience.
God, it reeks.
There's been a lot of free food today, and old Keyzie can't help himself with the old free food, just hoeing it.
Well, it's great because...
old garbage guts Keyzie, they call it.
Old garbage guts Keyzie. We've had so many great guests coming in. You've had, Monty Beetham, Ian Jones, Steve Devine, James Marshall, Martin Guptill. We had Storm Purvis on earlier. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was here for a wee bit. Ali Williams, Muhammad Ali.
Abercrombie.
Abercrombie and Finch were here as well.
Yeah, that's right.
And all of them got to walk away with a beautiful packet of Cotton Soft's toilet paper.
Yep.
And a big packet of...
6-pack, sometimes 18-pack of 3-ply.
3-ply or 2-ply.
Yes. I tell you what, actually, fellas, I'm very stoked about this. We were having a chat off here. There's a lot of toilet paper left behind, and old Hoyte J will be getting stuck into that.
Yeah,
you can never, as we were discussing, Mogie, you can never have too much toilet paper.
Old 2-stroke Hoyte J, that's going to last him a lifetime. You're pretty pumped, aren't you, brother?
I am, mate. I'll never have to buy toilet paper again.
Up next, fellas, the one and only Grant Fox, which is bloody exciting. And, of course, we are here in the bowels of Eden Park, all in support of bowel cancer New Zealand. Every single day, 9 Kiwis are diagnosed with bowel cancer, and if caught early, it is highly treatable. If you've got any symptoms, including bleeding from your bum or just weird stuff going on, make sure you go and see your GP right away. And if you would like to donate $3, text Loo to 3779 right now. Just donate the money, Jazz.
It's Day in Loo on Radio Hauraki, supporting Bowel Cancer New Zealand. Head to dayinloo.co.nz to make a donation.
Yes, indeed. Welcome back to A Day in Loo in the bowels of Eden Park. And jeez Louise, what a special treat, fellas. A true All Black legend, the one and only Grant Fox. Grant, first and foremost, mate, thanks for joining us. How are you going?
Oh, we're good. Life's good.
Yes.
Yeah, can't complain. Don't work too hard.
Yes.
Nowadays, too old to work too hard, and got grandchildren in our lives, so they're the great joy.
Yes.
So try and spend as much time with them as possible.
Tell me, whenever you come back to the great Eden Park, do you get stirred up a little? Do the memories flood in, or have you been here so many times it's just much of a muchness to you?
No, it's not much of a muchness. It's a special place and always has been. And when I played, I always joked I had a bed here and used to sleep here because I spent so much time training and practicing goal kicking here. But always came back here with the All Blacks. This is all different in the dressing room, different than when we played. But as a selector, this was the place we came for the home dressing room. So I came here a few times in that role for about 11 and a half years. But always a special place, holds a special place in my heart.
There's been some amazing feats that you performed out on the field there, Grant, and you must have seen some bloody amazing sights in the changing rooms here. You're some absolute specimens I can only imagine. Now, you don't have to go into specifics, but there must be players who leap into mind when I mention that to you. You're self-excluded, obviously.
You know the saying, what happens on tour stays on tour.
Oh, yeah, that one.
So what happens in the dressing room stays in the dressing room.
Sure. Hey, now listen, you're going to have to indulge me, Grant, and we were having a little chat before we came on air here. I'm a bit of a golfing tragic now. Your son Ryan going great guns, blazing away. 2 PGA wins in the last month. Tied for 19th, I believe, at the US Open. You must be a proud father.
Yeah, Dal and I are very proud.
Yes.
And pleased for him, because we all want job security in life. So you can plan. Well, now he's got it for until the end of 2028 in the PGA Tour. So he can make decisions around, do we buy a house, which they're looking at. They've got a girl turning 5 in December, about schooling, about planning schedules, so he doesn't have to chase everything. He can pick and choose. So the key now is about where he can finish on the FedEx Cup points table to frame sort of the following year. and then it's just about, well, now I've got to earn to live, so we've got to dive into that, because in theory he could pick events and miss every cut and still have options to play till the end of 28.
Yes.
But you don't earn any money. That don't work for anybody. So he's in a good position. Stress is off, that pressure and anxiety. I'm playing for my livelihood. So he's a different kid.
That's the funny thing, isn't it, about Ryan? It's kind of the bloke he is and the kind of player he is that New Zealanders have taken him to their hearts, because he is like an underdog. You feel like it's him out there, and you're cheering for him, and you're so stoked for him. You think of him as being just like you, except he's bringing in millions of dollars, and so he's actually nothing like me.
No, I can assure you that there are some traits of me in him, and they're the bad ones. His mother he gets the good traits from his mother.
Sure.
But I think the important thing from Adele's and my point of view is he's chasing his dream and he's achieving. But more importantly, he's a husband and a father, and he does a great job of that in our view. He's a very hands-on dad. They travel a lot together as a family. Yeah, being a good golfer is okay.
Yeah.
But
well, I just told you there, Grant. We'll go to a tune and get straight back into it, mate.
Radio Hauraki, Day in Loo, supporting bowel cancer awareness. Just text Lou to 3779 to make a $3 donation.
Led Zeppelin there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show with a Day in Loo.
If you just joined us, we're talking to Grant Fox here at a Day in Loo in Eden Park. Grant, we are talking about your son, Ryan. Years ago, when he was up in Europe, sort of not battling away, still playing professional golf to a very high level, I interviewed him under the Harbour Bridge. We actually caught a stingray by accident, and me and him tried to get the stingray off the end of it. That's another besides the point, though. But one of the things I remember from chatting to Ryan was lovely bloke. You say that he's earning millions of dollars playing golf, but he's just like a regular Kiwi you'd see down the pub. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's just a real normal
Well,
guy.
that was before the millions of dollars.
Yeah,
he's completely changed
now.
He's got a real attitude about him.
Right.
Yeah, he's a shocker.
Well, all it probably means, guys, is that he might be on a different boat. That's all.
Yeah, sure.
But he still loves. I mean, he loves coming home. He's a Kiwi boy. When he finishes, whenever that is, this is where he'll live.
Yeah.
He owns a place in Northcote Point. This is home. They've got a holiday place up in the Bay of Islands. He loves it up there. He goes fishing up there, takes the family out on the boat, and when he comes home, he connects with mates. Mates from school. I really love that.
Yes.
Barbies, so food. He doesn't drink beer, he drinks red wine.
Yes.
Loves fishing.
Likes a cheese board.
And he plays golf with his mates. He almost has more fun playing golf with his mates than he does playing professionally.
Grant, on a serious note, because we're here on sort of serious business, men's health. Back in the day, I don't know. I think things have changed in the sporting world, in terms of nutrition and stuff like that. But back in the day, we didn't really chat about men's health. You know what I mean? There was very much that mentality of, I'll be as right as rain, good as gold. If there's a bit of a niggle going on, I'll just ignore it. Times are changing now, and it's important as we get older, if things aren't quite going well, or regular checkups are important to people now.
They are, and not only in physical health, but in mental health, which JK's made it okay to be vulnerable.
Yes.
Right, and say, I don't have to be staunch in saying it's okay. I can actually reach out and say, I need help. Right, and our physical health's no different. And I should know, because I've got an artificial knee and I've just had carpal tunnel and my rotator cuff's just gone, so I'm bloody falling apart. And that's musculoskeletal, not actually internal as such.
Sure.
But in terms of the bowel stuff, I had a colonoscopy, I'm trying to remember, a few years ago now. So, and I can't exactly remember, but I think someone just said, you need to come and have a checkup, you're of the age, and you come. So I did that. Luckily, it was all clear, and I've done that little poop in a bag when they send it out in the mail once or twice.
Are you one of the
conscious
guys,
of that.
Are you one of those guys that, sort of doesn't like to do that, or are you one of the guys that go, no, I need to deal with this and get it done?
I want to be around
for
a lot longer. Now, the issue in my family, the male family, is heart.
Yes.
And genes. Now, it's gone back generations in my family. Men off the land, not men who've not looked after themselves physically they've had, but there's a gene runs through our male side of our family. I got a stent put in age 49 because I found something. Because we'd lost John Drake and a guy called Tom Hallaby, who I knew well, played cricket for Auckland, and then a guy called Alan Garner, who was a media guy. These guys all dropped dead at 50 or less. 3 Decembers in a row.
Yeah.
And my first flag was, heart. Genes, check it out. Oh, okay, you're in here tomorrow. That happened to me when I was 49.
Yeah.
And now I'm on tablets and all that sort of stuff. But the other part of that is just looking after yourself. Now, I'm not anal about diet or having a beer or anything like that, but it's like it's in moderation,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
And every now and then you got to have a bit of a purge and cleanse yourself. So knock it off for a bit.
Yes.
Maybe fast for a little bit, and then just be normal. Because every now and again we fail, so we're going to have a bit of a blowout, and you're going to enjoy yourself. But all in moderation.
Yeah, and I mean, it's longevity, isn't it? And one thing I've sort of realised the older I get, 70 is not old.
No.
I used to think when I was 20, 30, geez, if you made it to 70, you'd be doing bloody well. But you want to get a lot older than that. And, recently Stu Wilson's passed away, is around about that age.
Dr. John Mayhew.
Yeah, back in your sort of playing days, it was regarded as pretty funny stuff and a great yarn. The fact that Stu and probably Bernie as well were punching darts before they ran out onto the field, and and that was pretty funny stuff. But at the other end of it, you see what comes of that kind of behaviour.
Yeah,
don't you?
well, I don't know that their antics necessarily cause that. It's your genes define a lot, don't they? So if you got aware of the genes that run through your family, you got a chance of getting ahead of it. I mean, my wife's side of the family, there's but in cousins, there's been the BRCA2 gene. So for females and breast cancer, that's not good to have, right? So again, if you know it runs in your family, go and get it checked and get ahead of it to give yourself a chance. So men's health around bowel health and anything that can get you related to the big C word or other ailments, just, what is it? What's the saying? If you preempt it, there's a saying around this.
I'm sure there is.
Get in front of it, preempt it, and take control of it.
Well, that's the good thing about bowel cancer is it is highly treatable. 9 Kiwis are diagnosed daily with bowel cancer as well. And if you would like to make an instant $3 donation, you can text Lou right now to 3779. 10% of everyone diagnosed, by the way, under the age of 50. So don't wait till you're 50. Go earlier than that.
Yeah. Well, Grant Fox, thanks so much for your time, mate. We greatly appreciate it. It's been a special treat sitting in the All Black changing rooms with the great Grant Fox. How good.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks, mate.
Live from the bowels of Eden Park, this is Day and Lou on Radio Hauraki.
Oh, yes, indeed. Radiohead there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Wednesday evening. A Day and Lou, fellas. How are you enjoying it, by the way? Isn't it fantastic?
It's been great, Jace. What we've got down here in the All Blacks changing room of Eden Park is a whole lot of just sports stuff. So we've had, of course, famous New Zealanders come through. We just had Grant Fox there. That was
what
great.
A legend.
Absolute legend. But also just there's a basketball hoop.
Yeah.
There's a putter and some balls in a golf hole. Some badminton was being played earlier. So it was just a whole lot of people kind of just playing silly buggers with sporting stuff.
Well, just tutuing around.
Tutuing, it was
great.
great.
Just having a bit of a play. Yeah, I nailed about 6 putts in a row, by the way.
Yeah,
so cool, man.
Yeah, it was amazing from 2 feet. Congratulations to old Hoyte Janus here, who's having a ripper time on the putting green.
Yeah, obviously we're raising funds for bowel cancer in New Zealand. It is 100% community funded too. That is what Day and Lou is all about, supporting backbones going through tough times like our good friend Di Henwood as well. So if you would like to make an instant $3 donation, text Lou to 3779.
Yeah, great stuff, Keyzie. Now listen, coming up, special treat. We've had some amazing guests today, but next up we're going to be speaking to Funa, old Pugsan's mum, who's had her own little battle with bowel cancer. Very much looking forward to that.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. She hasn't just been, had a battle with bowel cancer. She's also had to battle with raising an absolute stallion of a human who is just, well, to be honest, he's out of control.
Yeah, well, he is. He's a shag machine.
He is, and I mean, obviously we won't bring that up with his mum.
I hope we don't.
No, but we will be certainly, because I've been wanting to meet up with his mum, with us as well.
I beg your pardon?
No, us as well as a show, and just sort of talking about where he's sort of heading and how we can change the course of his life. Because I feel like he's in a stage right now that if we don't help, he could sort of finish God knows where, face down in a ditch or something.
Yeah.
Have you guys got some questions ready for...
Well, I think so. And just speaking of Pugsan, he has changed a lot since he started working for us. I just asked him in terms of what was going on in the show in the next 15 minutes, and he flicked me the bird. And I was like, okay, that's where we're at, is it?
Yep.
So, yeah, there you go.
There's a limited shelf life, I think, for guys like Pugsan. You got to let the guy fly. You got to push him out of the nest at some point, Hoyte J.
I guess so.
And either soars or he, splats on the ground or whatever.
Have you heard the saying, the brightest flame burns quickest?
No.
No, that's a weird one.
Okay, well, don't worry about it. Up next, Pugsan's mum.
It's Day in Loo on Radio Hauraki, supporting Bowel Cancer New Zealand. Head to dayinloo.co.nz to make a donation.
Yes, indeed, the red hot chili peppers there on the Radio Hauraki. Big show this Wednesday evening, a Day in Loo. And this is a very special treat. We've got Pugsan's mum on the line. Ferna, are you there?
I am. How are you, fellas?
Very well, thank you, Ferna. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good, really.
Is it okay if we call you Mrs. Pugs' mum?
You can call me whatever you like.
Yeah, good on you, Ferna. Hey, now listen, on a serious note, we're talking bowel cancer today. It's a Day in Loo. You've had your own experience of that. How was that for you? Obviously not pleasant, but you got through it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a bit of an ongoing journey.
Yeah, right, because I guess the message we're spreading today, Ferna, is about going out and getting checked early so that you can tackle this thing early. So can you just talk us through your experiences with it?
Yep. So what actually happened was I was on some pretty heavy medication for another medical event, which actually caused a big internal bleed.
Wow.
So I had no idea that I had bowel cancer at all.
Wow.
Goodness me.
Yeah, so they ended up having the colonoscopy and they discovered it. It was all through the bowel wall.
Wow.
But no symptoms at all.
Wow, no symptoms, because there are symptoms, bleeding, things like that, a change of bowel motions, blah, blah, but that isn't always the case. You had absolutely no idea.
None.
Wow.
Which actually, proves the point that it doesn't matter if you have no symptoms, it's always worth getting it checked out, fellas.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because, particularly if you're of a certain age, it's important to go and get your old warrant of fitness. Isn't that right, Ferna?
Yeah, absolutely. Do it. You don't know what's going on inside of yourself.
Yeah, don't hide from it like Hoyte J. Run towards it and get it sorted. Ferna, thank you very much for sharing your story on the show. We might move on to more pressing matters if that's okay. Your son, James Pugsley, he's worked for us for a number of years now. He's doing a great job, professionally. But we have noticed that he's leaning a bit too heavily into the rock and roll lifestyle. Have you noticed a change in him at all?
Yeah, I have lots of changes going on for him at the moment.
Yeah.
What are you doing to him?
Well,
He's been hanging around with you guys a bit long, maybe. I don't know.
Can I ask you, Ferna, has he always been a bit of a Lothario?
A bit of a wild stallion, because that's the thing we're noticing is he's come into this sort of rock and roll Hauraki, but he's almost made it his own, and he's left us in his wake, to be honest, Ferna.
Oh, mate, he's keeping that under wraps.
Yeah.
Well, that's not the sort of thing you chat to your mum about.
Nah, not when you
the
pug
fact
son.
that you're a shag machine.
Jace, you cannot. Jace.
Well, I'm sorry, Ferna, that slipped out. But I mean, he's doing well. You must be very proud of him.
I am very proud of him.
Ferna, just quickly, if you've just joined us, we've got Pugs' lovely mother on the line with us at the moment. What was Pugs like as a little boy?
He was a darling, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Was he a cute little guy?
He was so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So, and do you have any favourite memories of Pugs as a baby or
What's
a little
the worst story you can tell us about him, Ferna? The thing that'll embarrass him the most? Anything you got for us would be great guns. This is going live, of course.
I know. I have to think about that because, honestly, he was a very good boy.
Yeah,
He's been astray since he's moved to Auckland.
Yeah, well, that's
I think
true.
there's something in that, because he is an absolute animal these days.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's a sweet little kid to a sex demon. And,
Jace, Dude, we are never calling my mum on this show ever because Jace is going to start playing up.
But Ferna, in all seriousness...
Oh, in all seriousness. Don't...
Thank you so much for sharing your story with us and to make the point again. We've been talking about the symptoms on the show, and it's important if you've got the symptoms to go and get it checked out. But also, even if you're not having any symptoms, go and get it done just for your own sort of peace of mind.
Absolutely. No symptoms. It doesn't matter.
Yep, go and get yourself checked. Thank you so much, Ferna. Thank you for doing such a great job with Pugson. We are, of course, joking, and our deepest apologies for how Jace has behaved during this interview.
Have a good night.
Same with you, Ferna. You take care out there.
God.
Yeah.
Great interview. The lovely mother of Pugson.
Well, he is a sex demon.
No, Jace, come on, man. You were never talking...
He's a shagging machine.
Jace!
There's also there's kids here, Jace.
Oh, right.
Yeah, gosh.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, Pink Floyd, Run Like Hell. On Hauraki, it's Day in Loo.
Radio Hauraki, Day in Loo. Supporting bowel cancer awareness. Just text Lou to 3779 to make a $3 donation.
David Bowie there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Wednesday evening. A day in Loo, New Zealand, 6 a.m. in the morning till 6 p.m. tonight. 12 hours of broadcasting, and what an amazing day it's been, fellas.
That is how you do it. Just a final check-in on the amount of cash we've raised there, Mogi, because obviously when we started the show we were at $8 million.
$100 million.
Oh, wow.
Wow, flat.
Wow.
Give or take. Let's give or take.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Going to get the final numbers for you. It's going to take a while to count it all up, but looking at this pile in front of me, around about 100 mil.
Oh, right, so it's in physical cash.
Yeah,
because I thought people were texting.
No, that's just what's been emailed in.
Oh, they've
texted in.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
A few people have faxed it in as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, right. Luckily, Hoyte J is still running a fax, so that's been helpful. If you do still want to donate to Bowel Cancer New Zealand, make sure you do text Lou to 3779. But even more important than that is, if you are over the age of 30, go and get yourself a colonoscopy, get yourself checked out. You might not have any symptoms. There could be something there. And if you get in there early, bowel cancer is actually highly treatable. Of course, our good mate Di Henwood has had a long battle with bowel cancer. That's what kind of sparked this whole Day in Loo thing. It's been fantastic teaming up with Bowel Cancer New Zealand.
Well, you going to go get it yourself sorted out, Keyzie, man? You've been handing out the advice willy-nilly, brother. What about you, man?
Fair enough. Man, I'm not the kind of guy who just sort of says stuff on the radio and then does another thing in real life, mate.
Sure.
So I'll be sure to go and get myself checked out at some point soon.
Well, we should get a timeline on that,
and I'll tell you what,
people are going to want to know what the guts is down there.
I'll tell you what, Keyzie, if you're going to do that, mate, I'll be right behind you. Old Hoyte J.
What, while I'm getting a colonoscopy?
Yeah, I'll be watching, see how it all works out, and get old Hoyte J up there. But seriously,
and we'll have Pugson in there. He'll be shooting video for socials and all of that.
Oh, look, we could do an internal camera for old Hoyte J.
Think of the likes, think of the views.
Oh, it'd just go through the roof.
Yeah,
but seriously, go and get yourself checked out. Take care of yourselves, look after your bodies, so that you're here for your kids, you're here for your grandkids.
Yeah, well said, Hoyte J. Here, and don't forget to text Lou to 3779. It is an instant $3 donation to Bowel Cancer New Zealand. It's 100% community funded, so they do need all the help they can get. Fellas, that does it for the live Eden Park broadcast, although we have still got an hour of show left to do.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to keep doing the show, and for the next hour, everyone else will just sort of be packing up around us.
Yeah, that's all fun.
Yeah, it's all GA, fellas.
Live from the bowels of Eden Park, this is Day in Loo on Radio Hauraki.
Yeah, welcome back, you massive backbones. You are listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Reburger.
Crave-worthy street food made fresh by Reburgers. Reburger.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to actually getting back in the studio, because you guys are absolutely butchering that.
Well, it's really hard to do sound effects and stuff, and also I had to remember that tagline. That was off the top of my dome.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
All Mogi has to do is make chicken noises, apparently.
Now listen, we are still in the bowels of Eden Park, and pretty lonely in here, fellas. A lot of people have abandoned ship and left us to it.
Well, that's the thing, right? It's a 12-hour broadcast, 6 a.m. till 6 p.m. Now everyone's just sort of packing up and just sort of tapping their watches and looking at us.
That's right. They're sort of they're fading a little bit, whereas we're absolutely frothing.
Well, listen to me. Listen. I noticed there were a few beersies in the fridge here. What do you say to the fellas? We have a bit of a night in the old Eden Park bloody changing
Well,
shed.
I'll tell you what, brother. Out there, they've got the ice bars. We could jump in the ice bars, and then they've got next to that they've got a spa. We could hop in the spa.
How
good!
Like
the sound of that, man.
You know what we could do is we sit in the spa, which is next to the ice bath, and we put all our beers in the ice bath.
Now we're talking.
You know what I mean?
That is a good move.
Oh. Yeah, man. Upstairs for thinking, fellas.
Yeah.
Do we still, because now that the 12-hour broadcast is done, do we still plug Bowel Cancer New Zealand and all that?
I don't think we should stop doing that.
I don't think we should either.
Yeah, well, in that case, I'll quickly, $3 donation right now. If you'd like to make one, text Lou to 3779. 3779.
3779.
Jace, don't write it down on a piece of paper. Do it with your phone. Have you done it yet?
Oh, about 10 times.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, man.
Lou to 3779. Make sure you donate. How do you guys feel about going into a bit of Queen Bohemian Rhapsody?
Pretty indifferent.
It's Day in Loo on Radio Hauraki, supporting bowel cancer New Zealand. Head to dayinloo.co.nz to make a donation.
Ben Harper there on the Radio Hauraki big show this Wednesday night, but right now it's time for
What's on the Telly with Mike Minogue.
Yeah.
And that's how you do a harmony.
I reckon, man.
That's
Can I
how
just
you
say,
harmonise it, Keyzie, all right?
just quickly, the reason we're doing it here is because with Day and Lou going on, we realised we didn't have a chance to talk about tally.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we thought we'd do
So
it
we
here
thought we'd
instead.
do it here because we understand that people absolutely love this segment.
Yeah.
I didn't watch anything.
Great stuff.
How about you, Hoodie Janus?
I tell you what I did. I did something really interesting last night. We weren't really watching anything in particular. It was one of those nights, Mogi. So I went on old Keyzie's Instagram account and went through all his old videos.
Why?
I tell you what, man. You know, because I've been watching Upper Middle Class Bogan, which I love, and I know that Keyzie loves it too.
Yeah, it's great.
And I was, so I went through old Keyzie's Instagram account. I was hooting and hollering all the way through it. I mean, there is some bloody good stuff on there, and I was thoroughly amused and had a great night.
And informed as well?
I was informed, yes.
Wait,
so good, Keyzie.
Wait. So we insisted on doing What's on the TV with Mike Minogue and bringing it to the 6 hours so that Mogi could say he watched nothing and you could pretend like you watched my Instagram.
I did. I went on your Instagram because you made that great golf video of the two of us.
Yeah, by the way, on that, I filmed it. Like, it was probably 50 small videos I filmed on my phone while we were playing golf. An hour later, Jason's like, when's that video going up? And it's like, do you know how long it took me to edit that?
Yeah.
How long?
Oh, I don't know, a couple of hours.
Yeah, exactly.
I tell you what, though, there is some great stuff on there, Keyzie. You should be proud of yourself.
Oh, well, thanks. Chris Key and Zed, if anyone else wants to check it out.
Yeah,
and
man.
For real, though, unlike Jace, who's making it up. Aren't you watching that Star Wars thing at the moment?
Yeah, I didn't have a chance last night, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my daughter I had to go and pick her up from her first school dance ever.
Oh, wow.
Yep, so that was pretty amazing. And, I'll be able to fill you more in on that tomorrow. And, just sort of ran out of time, man.
Oh, that's a shame,
Just sort
man.
of this and that. What about you, Keyzie? What did you watch, man?
Last night...
Filth?
Well... Actually, no, I didn't watch any filth. Or anything else, for that matter. My wife actually she went out for drinks.
Oh, that's right. You had a bachelor's night.
Well, she went out for drinks with the squash girls, and she said, I'll be home at 9, so wait for me and we'll have... Well, she said, you can have your dinner now.
She let you have your dinner whenever you want.
And then I said, no, I'll wait for you and then we'll have it together, because I wasn't starving, and I had a bag of cheese balls in the pantry, so I had some cheese balls while I waited. She didn't get home till 10. And she walks in the door and I'm like, finally, we can have some dinner now. And she's like, have you not eaten?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I was waiting for you. And
I
she was
heard
like,
you hit the roof.
Yeah, I flew off the handle and hit the roof all at once. But so we ate dinner at, I think, 10:15.
Wow.
Having burgers,
Whoa.
Man.
That would just
You'll have to turn that into a video on your Instagram.
Yeah, you should, man, because I'll be tuning in.
You don't tune into Instagram, Jace. Jeez, let's go to some ads.
Radio Hauraki, Day in Loo, supporting bowel cancer awareness. Just text Lou to 3779 to make a $3 donation.
Green Day there on the Radio Hauraki big show this Wednesday evening. Hey, fellas, are you guys fond of a low-carb hazy IPA?
I sure am, Jace, man. How did you know? What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I am too. It's funny you should mention that, actually, because I was just talking to the boys at Emerson's.
Yes.
Emerson's Brewery, and they're doing a brand new 5% low-carb bugger it is there, but it's a 5%, a very sessionable, brand new one called Day Tripper, guys.
Yes.
You've got to get that in you. Have you tried it, Keyzie, man?
No, I haven't tried it yet, Mogi, man. What about you, Hoodie, man?
No, I haven't tried it yet, fellas, but I'm very keen to.
Yeah, right, because it's got all the... It's got all the beauty of like a regular, low carb affair, but it's a nice, full flavoured, crafty number, a hazy IPA, man.
Now, of course, the beer market's pretty crowded, guys, and to get cut through, you oftentimes find you might want to run yourself a little bit of a competition there.
Oh, wow.
Now, the cream rises to the top, and that's what this beer is. But just to add it on, a little bit of extra there, a little bit of sprinkles on there, Hoity Jane.
Yeah, a bit of spice.
what they're offering
on
is
cream.
$500.
Yes.
All right. For you to go and do a day trip to your favourite ski field anywhere around the country. So that can be in petrol vouchers, or you could just hitchhike and keep the money if you want to, man.
Well, because I'm just reading here, apparently, you get fully paid to go to any mountain in New Zealand, and then they give you $500 as well.
Yeah,
so that's a bonus.
That's big cash, man.
That's big dog cash.
I'd be tempted to sort of half and half it, like I was saying yesterday. Spend half on petrol and half on the new day tripper. Low carb hazy IPA.
Well, I'd say the winner, Jace, will get some form of Emerson's low carb hazy IPA.
Okay,
okay,
that's even better.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
You're not going to enter a competition for Emerson's low carb hazy IPA called Day Tripper and then not get any of that. So they'd make sure they looked after you.
Yeah.
And just fortunately, just reading here, we are currently running this competition we're talking about.
Keyzie, mate, you've convinced me, brother. What do I need to do to enter?
You just have to get your phone out.
Oh.
Yeah, no, you have to.
Oh.
And text TRIP. TRIP to 3483. Get yourself in the draw there, and you could be going to a mountain of your choice. So if you're in the South Island or the North Island, Stewart Island.
Mate, there's no way it's that easy.
Nah, seriously, Mogi, it is, man. It's that easy. Text TRIP to 3483 and make sure you keep an eye out for the brand new Emerson's Day Tripper Low Carb Hazy IPA.
Oh, how good.
Do you like Jimi Hendrix?
Yes.
Live from the bowels of Eden Park, this is Day in Loo on Radio Hauraki.
Faith No More there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Wednesday evening. Boy, it's been quite a day.
Wow.
A day in Loo. Raising awareness and funds for bowel cancer in New Zealand. With that in mind, fellas, earlier in the day we had the absolute backbone legend Di Henwood come in and talk about his journey and all the stuff and pain that he's had to go through. It's been quite an extraordinary story. Let's have a little listen to earlier this morning.
Thanks, mate.
I'm sort of such an advocate for early screening because I suppose I was misdiagnosed in 2017 through no maliciousness of a GP or anything, but I had blood on toilet paper. I was even sent to a bowel specialist and they did a small version of a colonoscopy and couldn't see any evidence there. And then in 2020 I was diagnosed with stage 4 bowel cancer. I'm 5 years into that diagnosis, and the last 8 weeks has been particularly tough. I've been emergency hospitalised twice. Then I had another surgery in private hospital on a lung and heart where they used talcum powder to stick my lung to the side of my chest because I had heaps of fluid. I had half a litre of fluid drained off my heart and 3 litres off my sort of side of my lung. I pretty much have had very bad breathing for the best part of 8 weeks. It's been a very dark time. But what's been so important with this Day in Loo is over the last couple of years, I've been getting regular emails from people who have listened to Hauraki and who have gone and get checked and who have discovered something early or discovered something that had turned but they could get it early. So awareness means so much. It's not about getting a full colonoscopy. There are bowel screening kits you can get now that are very uninvasive, There are other ways of detecting it.
Well, there you go, the great Di Henwood.
Yeah, an update of where he's at the moment, fellas. It's probably one of the questions I get asked more than anything else. Well, there's a few of them. Are Mike and Jace, pricks in real life, and also how's Di doing? So,
yeah, right.
You've got a bit of an update there, and of course the overarching message that he's always sharing is go and get yourself checked early, and you should be able to nip it in the bud. Not every time, but it's highly treatable if you get it early, Mogi?
That's so true, man. That's why old Keysie's going to be off next week doing yours, man. I'm excited for you, brother. It's important. You're a young man. You're about to start a family, and
where's that come from?
Sort of breaking the news.
No,
there, but,
not breaking the news.
Pretty exciting stuff. So you got to make sure you're tip top, brother.
Yeah, Mogi's broken the news that I'm starting a family. So it's news to me as well, which is exciting. So obviously my wife has told him before me.
Keyzie, kia kaha, mate.
Thanks, Jace.
It's Day in Loo on Radio Hauraki, supporting Bowel Cancer New Zealand. Head to dayinloo.co.nz to make a donation.
Well, there you go, you mad bastards. That's a big show done and dusted for your Wednesday. What an epic day it's been. Mogi, what did you learn today, mate?
I've learned that I think that's probably the best one we've ever done in terms of Day in Loo, man.
Yes.
They get bigger and better every single year. We're raising awareness. We're raising money And probably the highlight for me is old Keyzie starting a family. And he's
Stop this yarn now. This is not an ongoing yarn that Keyzie is starting a family, all right? Because my wife will kill me.
Keyzie, what did you learn?
Well, I learned that I'm starting a family. Mogie's made the announcement for me at about 5:45 on a Wednesday, so 6:45 on a Wednesday, so that's bloody exciting. What I did actually learn was that next year, Day in Loo, of course, last year was at a bar, this time in the bowels of Eden Park. Next year, Day in Loo is actually in the Auckland sewer system.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, we're really getting hands on.
We'll be getting in there because, of course, one of the symptoms, Woody Janus, is blood in your stool. So we'll be in there in the sewers looking for blood and stools.
That's right.
For 12 hours.
For 12 hours there. All, hey, Jace, before you turn your nose up at it, man.
Oh, I'm not. I'm in.
Which would be a hell of a thing to turn up, by the way. It's all in support of Bowel Cancer New Zealand and raising funds and awareness.
Bloody oats.
So if I still wanted to donate money, Keyzie, is there a way I could do it?
Yeah, of course, Mogi. That's a really good question, man. You text Loo, L-O-O, to 3779. It's an instant $3 donation. Kids, if you're listening, grab your parents' phones and do it. Parents, if you're listening, do the same, vice versa. Make sure you get in. And, of course, it is Bowel Cancer News Awareness Month this entire month.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's been bloody great. And thank you to everyone who's donated so far.
Very much so. Does anyone ask me what I learned? Or you just
you're all good.
Well, are you going to give us a chance, man?
Okay.
Thank you so much, New Zealand, for joining us today. Just joking, Jason. What did you learn today, man?
I learned that Keysie's starting a family.
Cool.
Really exciting.
Cool, man. That's so cool.
No, I learned, seriously, go and get yourself checked out. Even if you don't have symptoms, if you're of a certain age, go and get it sorted. Give yourself the all clear. We'll be back, same time, same place tomorrow. Till then, see you later.
Yeah, man.
Radio Hauraki, Day in Loo. Supporting bowel cancer awareness. Just text Loo to 3779 to make a $3 donation.